Are we good? Are we Gucci? Are we Gucci? Let me see. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I can hear myself. No, man. This microphone at times. I guess it's because I keep switching between certain mics because out of some I can hear, out of only one piece, no pun intended. I and some others I can only hear out of like the left or like the right, and some others I can hear out of both, but I can't speak out of them. Regular headphone issues, man. Regular headphone issues. So what's going on, guys, man? What's going on, yo? Let me see. Hold on. I keep getting pop-ups on my screen. Dude, I was watching the Yu-Gi-Oh marathon. I don't know if you guys are watching it, man. I've been watching it. It's too addicting, bro. It's way too addicting. The chat, man, just makes the entire experience 10 times more better. And I already love Yu-Gi-Oh as much as it is. All right, let me see, man. What's going on? I see some familiar faces in the comments, man. These familiar faces. Shout out to you guys for stopping by, yo. Yo, man, that has to be my favorite account in the history of YouTube, man. The best-selling manga in history. That's the goat, man. Yo, what's going on about us? Laz, Barrier First, Last Quinn, Gintoki, Bogrin, Joy Boy, Black Reaper, my boy Chris, Cycle 113, Shiryu, Ace Goose, my boy Tom. Let me see, Hawkins, I'm in here. Mr. Hagar X, what's going on from Brazil? One Vision, what's good? What's good? Let me see, Boku no Hero catch-up stream. What? From me? Boku no Hero, son. Hey, listen, Boku no Hero's fire. Boku no Hero's fire, right? All right. So before I get into that, let me go ahead and talk about what the stream is going to be based around. Basically, the reason why I did this on tonight is because we're about to head into November, and if you guys have been with the channel for a long time, you know that I always I usually take a hiatus during November, and it's due to NaNoWriMo, and it becomes so busy that I can't keep up with the weekly schedule of keeping up videos. But this year is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to take a hiatus. Instead, it's just going to be an out of whack schedule this year. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just Since all of my series are going so good right now, I can't see myself stopping One Piece for a month. I damn sure can't see myself stopping Gintama for a month, or Kingdom or Tokyo Ghoul at this point. Like all four of like my main weeklies that I talk about on the channel are they're going really really good. So I don't want to stop them. I don't want to stop, and I don't want to stop doing videos. So I don't know what I'm gonna do because the scheduling issue is it's gonna be crazy trying to balance all four things at once. But I'm definitely gonna try to do so. Uh, Along with that, because I don't want it to just be that like how it was. Because I remember there was one year where I did not. Maybe it was either the first or the second year where I didn't take a hiatus, but instead I just did like my weekly videos and that's it. In terms, I think at that time I was doing One Piece and One Piece Bleach, and I think it was the year Parasite was airing. So I think like those were the only three that I was doing, but I was just doing the weekly videos, like the reviews and the reactions and stuff. But this time around, I want to try out some new stuff, man. I've actually been. If you guys watched the latest Kingdom and Tokyo Ghoul reactions, I actually played around with Adobe After Effects and created a new outro. Yeah, I want to try some new stuff like that, man. I've been trying to do that. It's just that I haven't had time, man. Whenever I do have time, I want to dedicate it to the stuff that I already have on the channel, which I'm trying to make time as well for Promise Neverland, and I want to catch up to Promise Neverland. I want to catch up to Boku no Hero. I have a video made. It's like a 2-minute video of me trolling, saying that I'm gonna well, not trolling, but it's a trollish type of video saying that I'm gonna catch up to Boku no Hero. But the thing is that I can't. I don't want to put it out until I know that I'm gonna do it. I know I'm not gonna be able to do it this upcoming month. So hopefully in December I'll be able to start the Boku no Hero catch up, because I know so many of you have been asking for it in the comments. Yo, that's like, besides the Gintama or One Piece question, which if you guys spam it in the comments, I'm still not gonna answer it. I'm not answering Gintama or One Piece, but yeah, the on the Boku no Hero thing, that's like the number 2 most requested thing, man. It's actually pretty crazy. I really do appreciate that you guys like or would hold on. Is that a super chat I see? Hold on, let me see. Da dun da dun da dun dun da. I couldn't find it. I saw a blue thing. Yo, man, Koei, thanks a lot for the $2 donation, man. I truly do appreciate it. I love you. I love you as well. I love you as well. I love that profile picture. That actually looks pretty sick for me. It looks like Todoroki, from what I can see. But let me see. Yeah, but before I go into the comments, I just want to finish off the update list. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty out of whack schedule in November. Just if I skip a week, I didn't die. It's just that I'm trying to keep up with everything I'm trying to keep up with. The main reason why I usually take a yearly hiatus in November is to participate in NaNoWriMo. It's a yearly writing event that takes place in either the summer or the fall. Normally in the fall. That it takes place every single November from the 1st until the 30th. You have to write 50,000 words, like a 50,000 word novel, or continue on from your current story and write 50,000 words in that story, whatever the case may be. You just have to write 50,000 words in less than a month. And I like participating in that. I truly do. Every single year. It's been a tradition of mine. So with that being said, that's why everything's gonna be out of whack, because I'm gonna be focusing a lot on that in my free time. But whenever I'm not focusing on that, because I don't want to make the same mistake I made last year, where everything was just so out of whack and crazy that whenever I did want to record, I was trying to force myself to write. But this year, whenever I want to record something, I'm gonna end up recording it, whatever the case may be. Like if I get the itch to, like for example, last year I remember during NaNoWriMo, I really wanted to talk about Kingdom, man. Like that was, I think, right before I started my coalition reactions, and I was in, I want to say like in the 220s, 230s. Well, I stopped right before. I don't even remember where I stopped, but I know I was in the Kingdom hype last year. Whenever I took the hiatus, and that's whenever Toriko ended. And like I'm sitting here, and I promised you guys, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on hiatus. You guys are gonna see me again. And then Toriko's scheduled to end, and flipping Kingdom is going good. And I'm like, well, now I kind of don't want to stop making videos. But I was trying to focus because I wanted to stay, goal oriented and just stay on what I wanted to do, get the 50,000 words and just do it. But at the end of the month, I didn't feel that satisfied because I felt like I wasn't doing what I truly wanted to do. So this year, I'm gonna do what I want to do, man. I'm gonna continue doing everything that I'm doing. I'm not gonna take the hiatus, but it's just not. You're not gonna see, the regular schedule that you're used to seeing. I don't even know if I'll have stuff out on the day that it's released, but just know that it will be coming out eventually. Like I know Kingdom's going on break next week. With the way Tokyo Ghoul's going, I'm not even sure. Ishida's, I don't even know if he's ending the damn series. I don't even know. I mean, I don't want him to end the series. It's going so amazing right now. And then with Gintama, that could end at any moment. So that's why I don't want to stop doing Gintama. And then One Piece Whole Cake Island's going so good right now. I don't want to stop. So that's going to be that for that. When it comes to the schedule, everything's just going to be out of whack. In terms of December, everything should be getting back to normal. But like I said before, I want to try out some new things, man. New stuff on the channel. I'm not gonna say like it's gonna be completely random stuff out there, but stuff that I want to do and want to talk about. I'm just gonna start making videos on it, man. Just gonna say screw it. I wanna improve my thumbnail game, but I'm not sure how I want to do so yet. I have the Adobe now. That's why I started messing around with Adobe After Effects. So like with InDesign and Photoshop and that kind of stuff, I want to mess around with those and see what I can create in terms of creating some solid thumbnails, man. Because there's some guys, specifically, I watch a lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers because I have a lot of respect for them in terms of like what they create and whatnot. And sometimes I look at their thumbnails, man. I'm like, yo, these thumbnails are sick. Like these are some really, really good thumbnails, and that's the type of stuff that I would like to create. I would like to make my stuff visually appealing. The only problem is that to create that After Effects outro, it took up like everything. And when I mean everything, I'm talking about everything and my power into my computer. You guys know my computer's already garbage. I can barely read a One Piece chapter on a weekly basis without it pausing at certain points in the video. That's why my videos are like 40 minutes long, right? Because it continuously keeps pausing and I have to force quit and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, my computer's already garbage, and now I'm trying to force even more stuff onto it. But it is what it is, man. It's. I'm gonna use this thing until it dies. That's just the way it is. So yeah, man, I want to try some new things, man, and I want to catch up to some series. I really hope that in December I can use that time to catch up to Promised Neverland and flipping My Hero Academia, because I know My Hero is going. It has to be going. It has to be going good right now because of the amount of requests that I keep seeing in the comments to check out the latest chapter. So I know it has to be going good. As far as everything else, man, I think everything else should be, the same. I do want to. Thing is, I want to start streaming more, but I can't do that until the computer issue. But this year, I took Black Friday, or I'm gonna try to not work on Black Friday, so I can go out and try to get a good computer, man. Because if I can get a good solid computer, at least like an SSD drive, man, or something to add on to this thing, so I can continue to improve my content and my streaming quality, man. Because I would love to stream some games and all that stuff. But it's just know that in terms of the update, it's mainly for November, and that it's not going to be a permanent thing. It's only going to be 30 days like usual. But just know that I'm not going to be taking the entire month off. It's just going to be all over the place, man. So let's just say, for example, let's just say like Kingdom drops. Kingdom has like the most random upload schedule, man. It came out today, and I was like, what? So let's just say, for example, like a Kingdom chapter drops on a Wednesday. And I can't get to it on a Wednesday, but I'll eventually get to it, man. I'll eventually get to it. Same thing for like One Piece. One Piece comes out on Friday. I can't do it on Friday. It will be out eventually. It depends on the day and what's going down, because there's a lot of unbalancing right now. So I just wanted to let you guys know in advance before all of this goes down. So let me go ahead and start looking at the comments here, man. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me da da dun da da dun 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 dun. Let me see. I just saw somebody say Sorachi's sick in the head. That's a shoot. The only person more sick in the head than Sorachi is probably Hideaki Anno, but let me see. Nah, hold on. Hey, Black Reaper said King's gonna do a Miura. Hey man, when Berserk, just think about it like this, man. When Berserk comes back in December, I'll be in full function again, baby. I'll be good. I'll be good. I'll be on Twitter for the Berserk Awesome Sauce, man, fangasming over every single little panel that this man draws. I'll be here. I'll be here. Oh man, yeah. What's good, Moose, bro? Flag Nerds. I just want to make sure I don't. Yo, is that Northside in the comments, bro? My main man. Yeah, you guys, man. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Northside, this man is literally the OG of live reactions, man. Literally, bro. The OG, the man to me created the concept of live reactions, man. I'd never seen anyone do it before him. And he changed the game. He truly changed the game, and I'll always have a lot of respect for him. Yo, Master de Dungeon, how's it going? Hey, King here from Brazil. Everybody else, what do you expect? Hey, what are you expecting of Luffy versus Katakuri? I'm already loving the Luffy versus Katakuri as it's going, man. But as far as my expectations go, I'm expecting to see more greatness, man. I'm expecting to see a 5-star classic, and it's only going to get better from here on out. Now that we're going to see what both have to offer in terms of their techniques, and we're going to start seeing some new things. I don't expect to see too many new things, but I definitely expect to see enough new things that are going to, get me extremely hyped. I expect to see enough new things to gauge like a new form in like a Treasure Cruise or a One Piece video game out of Luffy for sure. No question. And especially like whenever Katakuri, like that's the way I always base these type of final battles in a series like this, especially when it comes to like a One Piece or a Dragon Ball or something like that. I always expect some sort of form or technique to come out that can be added onto a new video game that would allow people to buy that new video game. So I definitely expect a technique slash form to be used here. No question. Well, even Katakuri by himself probably sell the game, and he's a pretty big fan. Yeah, the best-selling manga in history is the GOAT, man. This man is the GOAT. Wait, are there two of you? There's two of them in the comment section? No way. Let me see, Quinn. Both Recon and Araki taking a break each November. Hey, bro. Hey, me and Araki are the same person, man. Listen, I wrote Steel Ball Run in 2004, and then it took Araki 8 years to get the drawings done, release it. He left Shonen Jump to go to what is it, Young Jump? No, Young Jump, right? Or is he an Ultra Jump? Whichever one. To release Steel Ball Run on a monthly basis, man. I was the one that came up with the concept for Steel Ball Run. That was the only part I wrote, though. It's the only part I wrote. Let me see. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'll yo, top waifu. What's good? What's good? Let me see. Yeah, I truly do appreciate the support when it comes to the writing, guys. That's very, very awesome to see. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, AR designs, man. The computer can't handle the OP greatness. It honestly can't even handle any type of greatness, let alone One Piece greatness. You know what I mean? Like any type of greatness. It manages to handle a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe it's because I just let it sit there, and I'm not trying to move anything. I'm not trying to go to the next page, try to load even more content on there. It just sticks there and it watches the Yu-Gi-Oh, man. This Twitch Yu-Gi-Oh marathon, man. Like, if you guys haven't checked it, if you guys used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, even if you never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, I would highly recommend watching this marathon thing. Just so much fun to sit there and watch, and then see 27,000 other people post in the chat, like, and just, it's a blast. It's a blast, man. Like, even for me, man. If they start doing this like more often, like even now with Yu-Gi-Oh, if Twitch starts doing this with, I would love for them to do like a marathon for. I'm trying to think, like JoJo would probably be a really, really fun one. JoJo marathon would be a blast, actually. Like thinking back to like Etika's streams, those are a blast experience in the comment section. But like those mass viewings that you could do with others, I think that makes it takes you away from the immersion of being like in the series or in the moment. But with a series like Yu-Gi-Oh, man, that you've already experienced, like, well, at least for me, I've already experienced it so many times. This is a very, very different experience, and even for like, I would love for a series that I don't watch. Like, for a series that I don't intend on watching, like, let's, for example, I know they did like a marathon for Yuri on Ice, right? And I have nothing against Yuri on Ice, but I just don't see myself watching that in the near future. I like the opening, but I don't see myself watching it, right? So if they were to do like a marathon stream for that, I would watch it and the marathon stream, just because of how much fun I have in those Twitch in the Twitch chat. Let me see. Wrestling streams. Oh, hold on, man. Shonen Jump Captain's in the comment section, man. Somebody needs to buy the spider repellent, for God's sakes, man. I don't know how this man crafts his webs to continue getting in here. Good God. Oh man, let me see. Recon, have you read any more Conan since that big thing in the night? No, actually, I haven't, man. And I have a lot downloaded. I have a lot of Conan downloaded on my manga reader app. I have like 30 chapters downloaded, and I honestly, bro, I'm actually, let me go ahead and check that. Let me go on manga reader right quick, because I know I was like on page 4. I was on page 4. Let me see. Oh, never mind. No, I was on 116. 116, page 2. And and I was actually really, really enjoying this case, man. But things just kept popping up, and I stopped, man. Because my plan, off stream, because there's a lot of things just pop up. But currently, I'm reading through that, and I'm watching Katekano, which I'm loving so much, man. But the thing is, I love watching Katekano on Twitter for some reason. Like, it's a series I can't watch by myself. Like, I watch by myself, but I need to express how much I love the series to people. So that's why I always do Katekano on Twitter. I flippin' lost my whatever. Well, I'm not even gonna try to keep up. Let me see. King, have you read Vagabond? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a huge Inoue mark. Though, okay, so when it comes to Vagabond, like, it probably contains my favorite portion of Inoue's works in terms of the Kojiro flashback. I can probably safely say is my favorite thing he's ever done. But I think as a whole series, man, like Slam Dunk still holds a special place in my heart. And for a long time, I actually held Real above all three. But Slam Dunk, man, it's just something about that series is so special to me, man. I love Slam Dunk. But getting back to Vagabond, yeah, I've read it. I'm caught up, man. I'm waiting for him to come back and continue the damn thing. Eventually, you know. Eventually, yeah. Let me see. Hey, King, join King of Lighting into a special One Piece talk show called Meet of the Kings. Hey, man. Yo, listen, man. This is a supply and demand community. Yo. If you guys supply it somehow, myself and KOL will might be able to supply that one day, man. And remember, it's always supply and demand, no matter what it is in terms of the YouTube anime community, man. No, I'd probably say not even just in the YouTube anime community, in anywhere. Let me see. Seven Deadly Sins read through. My whole thing on the Seven Deadly Sins read through is that I've noticed that the anime actually, while I'm here on stream, let me go on the anime chart for because that comes out next month, right? Or not next month. I apologize. Next season. Let me see. Speaking of current anime, man, yo, listen, man. Yo, Welcome to the Ballroom is my stuff, guys. Yo, that series is truly my stuff, man. And now they're entering stuff that, because I stopped reading the manga at one point in time because I wanted to stay with the anime, and now they're like reaching those portions. But let me go into next season if I can. 2017. Oh no, hold on, never mind. I think it's only on my anime list. But it doesn't that come out right? The Seven Deadly Sins, the next season. Come on, next season, next season of anime. What else comes out next season? Let me see. Anime seasonals. Winter 2018. Yo, next year's gonna be lit. Nanatsu no Taizai. The new season of Nanatsu no Taizai series is gonna be next. Overlord 2. I never watched Overlord. Citrus. The Gashikashi. A new card captor Sakura. Man, that's an old series right there. Yomushi Pedal. I actually started watching that. That was a fun series. And I saw this, Basilic, man. Yo, for a couple of the guys who've been here for a long time in the community, man. You guys remember Basilic, man? Oh, that's an old one, dude. I'm talking like 2004, 2005. And then they have the Junji Ito collection, which I love that collection, man. I don't know how they're gonna animate that though. It's gonna be really tough to put Junji Ito's works into anime form. But other than that, I don't even know what else is on here. But yeah, Seven Deadly Sins, the anime is coming out, so I don't know what I plan on doing. If I do end up doing a read through stream, then it'll just it'll pop up randomly. But for right now, I think I kind of want to wait for the anime, man. I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing I have with Attack on Titan, to where I really really want to read the manga, but since the anime is coming out, I'm like, we'll see what happens. Now for Attack on Titan, for sure, I'm not reading the manga. I'm sticking with the anime. For Seven Deadly Sins, though, it's still half and half. It's still half and half. All right. Yo, what's going on, Shrek Savage? What's good? What's good? Why do I keep missing these things? Ronan Midori, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. It says, what is your thoughts on Whitebeard Jr., bro? Are we talking about the man, yo? Like, listen, man. When he gets involved into the story, it is going to be on extremely epic proportions, man. I actually not really keep saying, but it was something that I had in my mind for quite some time. Either the post arc of this, or like right before, like the beginning of Wano, man. Because originally I had Weevil coming in at the end of this arc, but I don't see that happening now. So if Weevil shows up, man, in the beginning of Wano, the thing is Weevil's now officially connected from what we read in 803. Or 803/804, we know that it's the Blackbeard Marco Luffy connection there with Weevil. So whenever Blackbeard Marco Luffy, whenever that story starts taking place, that's when we're going to see Weevil. But I can't wait to see more from him, man. I'm looking forward to his abilities. I'm looking forward to seeing how he is. I loved his character. It reminded me a lot of Boo and Bobbity, which it reminded a lot of people of that. But I really love Dragon Ball as much as it is. So whenever I saw like this reference to Boo and Bobbity, I was like, yo, this is nice. But the fact that he's also coming around and proclaiming himself as Whitebeard's son, just very very interesting concept. And I didn't think Oda was going to go through with something like that, but he is. He is, and it really caught me off guard when I first read it, and I still am equally as intrigued today. So I can't wait to see more from Weevil. The fact that Kizaru was a little shook whenever he was talking about them speaks volumes for him. You need to get a gaming. Whoa, hold on. Let me go back real quick. Hey, hold on, yo. Somebody's putting respect on the greatness of Kojiro. Hey, lads, man, you're a good man. Joy boy, you already know. Yes, yo, Captain Gondoriano, bro. Listen, man, listen. Yo, hold on, man, hold on. This man brought a Battle Angel Alita, bro. Let me turn on my camera right quick, man. You see that greatness back there, yo? This is a Viz Selects from the 90s, man. Listen, yo. Battle Angel Alita is legendary. This right here, man. This right here is sent from the heavens itself, man. Now, I don't own any of anything post the OG Gundam, but this right here is one of my prized possessions, man. This right here, I've never taken it out of its case, but I love Battle Angel Alita, man. Whenever I did my original favorite arcs thing, I included the final arc of the original Gundam in there because the final arc of the original Battle Angel Alita, man, it's phenomenal. It is some really, really good stuff. Kakagurui has the greatest opening of all times. It's I mean, it's a really good opening, but it's not Cruel Angel's Thesis, man. Cruel Angel's Thesis still holds the best for me, man. Cruel Angel's Thesis is the greatness. Psyche Season 2. Why does that sound familiar? Psyche. Isn't that the one with the pink hair? The dude with the pink hair? Yo, you guys are on that ballroom greatness, yo? I see it. Inoue Miura, who's the hiatus king? Togashi. No question. Listen, at least Miura and Inoue tell you. You know, like Inoue, we'll see updates on Facebook or on Twitter. You know what he's doing. With Miura, he'll tell you. You know, we'll be back. You know, December. We'll be back in whenever. But with Togashi, man, he leaves and we're just sitting here. We're like, yo, what's good? What's going on here, baby? Like, whenever you finish whatever you're doing, man, please come back. We miss you, bro. Togashi, without a doubt, is the king of hiatuses, man. Followed by Uber Hikari. Let me see. Watching Inuyashiki. I read Inuyashiki. I haven't watched the anime, but I did watch the episode 2 because of the One Piece references. I had to. But I do want to watch the anime for Inuyashiki. I'm seeing a lot of people are really liking it, so it should be a good adaptation. But I read the manga for that. Started reading Golden Kamuy. Yo, I'm actually really looking forward to reading my volume of Golden Kamuy. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I need to take that with me to class. That's what I need to do. So that way, you know, but right before class starts, I can start reading Golden Kamuy because I'm really interested in it, man. It's a part of Young Jump, and Young Jump so far, I mean, yo, and it's delivering awesome sauce, yo. Young Jump has some greatness, and I know that my boy Quentin has been posting panels from this one. It was just one other series from Young Jump that looks really, really nice, man. I mean, talking about the artwork looks glorious, and it looks like it takes place in like the 1700s. It has a very, very interesting setting. So I want to read that sometime in my spare time. It looks like a very interesting series. I'll ask Quinn for the name of the series sometime in the future. But I just see panels from it sometimes. I'm like, yo, this looks freaking beast. As far as current anime is concerned, I've been watching Inuyashiki, Gato Vanishing Line, Goat Tama. You know, that's the main one, baby. That's the main one. Food Wars. I need to catch up on Food Wars. The Ancient Magnus Bride. I started watching the first episode of that. I love the way that show is drawn. The art in the Ancient Magnus Bride is glorious. It is so beautiful. Blood Blockade Battlefront. I need to watch season 2 of that, which is currently, and Three Gods and a Lion. I've heard a couple people say Three Gods and a Lion. Yo, Circus D. You remember Basilic, man? Yo, that's some OG stuff right there, bro. That's like some pre. I don't even know if Death Note had come out. I don't even remember if Bleach was even airing in America by the time a Basilic originally came out, man. That's an OG series. That's like some Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 level of back in the day. Let me see. Can't wait for you to read The Promised Neverland, but I'm loving Tokyo Ghoul and Gintama. Yo, greatness. And I need to continue Promised Neverland, man. You know, after the way the last chapter ended in that series, it's still stuck in my head. You know, they were ready to carry out that plan and whatnot. So looking forward to it. You know, Promised Neverland, I tend to forget a lot of names. I find Luffy to be very, very relatable in that aspect, where like he always comes up with nicknames for people because he forgets their names. I really find that to be a relatable trait because that happens to me a lot, especially whenever I'm reading a lot of manga at one point in time. So when a series has characters that I can remember, that's a good thing, man. And I remember like the entire main cast of The Promised Neverland. So or not the entire main cast, but like the main three. I remember like at least their names. You know what I mean? So because it's tough, man. It's tough, especially when there's a lot of characters and a lot of like weird names. But thankfully, Promised Neverland does not have weird names. um, Let me take a look here. Flagnards, man. I hit the wrong button. All right, give me a second. All right, I think we should be good now. Let me suck your toes, senpai. Man, when and where you? Yeah, you know what? I'll make you a deal. If you come by the Yu-Gi-Oh, if you come by the Yu-Gi-Oh marathon stream, it might happen. It might happen. It might happen. Yo, Brago in the stream. What's up, man? Had to come through, see what's popping, man. What's going on, my boy? I hope all is well, my friend. I hope all is well. Yeah, usually it's the opposite, right? Usually I'm watching you stream, but yeah, man. What's going on, my man? Let me see. Look at the music. Gurren Lagann's opening is sick, man. Yo, Gurren Lagann has a really, really good. I really like Gurren Lagann's entire soundtrack. Well, I think the way it was animated is the strongest point. But the one thing I always found really, really striking about Gurren Lagann is that people still recite quotes from that series to this very day. Whenever you have a series that has like a long-lasting impact in terms of like the dialogue, I think that's a very, very important thing. And Gurren Lagann is still to this very day a series that is talked about and is still watched. Going all the way back whenever I first started getting into anime, or at least started searching for it online. Gurren Lagann was one of like the big ones and one of the most popular ones. And to see how far it's come today, that people are still talking about it and still bringing it up and still quoting it, and you still see the memes from the series. Another series with an extremely memorable cast that people can name right off the bat. So it has a really, really good opening, man. Like just like you said, I really like its soundtrack in its entirety. It has a really good soundtrack. Let me see. Barrio, yeah, we're never getting the ending of Vagabond. That's a fact, man. And it sucks because I feel like we're not. I feel like we're not gonna get the ending of Vagabond or Real at this point. Like I don't even know, man. I mean, to be honest, if you want to see the ending of Vagabond, probably you guys go into the history books. But in the world and the story that this man has put, I want to see how it ends. Recon, how's the top Kingdom characters beta coming along? Okay, so I have the initial poll, I have the results and all that stuff. I haven't finished. Everything is ready and just ready to go. Only thing I need to do is record it. But the thing is, I'm not sure how I want to do this video because I kind of want to do it in a similar way that I did the recons piece for the top 10 One Piece characters. But I also kind of want to see if I could try something different. But the thing is, I don't know if my computer can handle what I have in my mind. What I have in my mind, it would probably destroy my computer. So I just have to go with the initial thing that I was talking about to just make it, very similar to the recons piece thing. But I do plan on doing that. I want to do that, man. Especially now that Kingdom's on break next week. I kind of want to do it soon, but I have all the poll results. Like the poll results the polls are closed, and I have all the results. And I think I even have my top 10 ready to go. It changes every time I read a chapter, and every time you go back and you look at back at some awesome sauce. I mean, of course, like the top 2 / top 3 doesn't change, but all the other positions do. But yeah, the Kingdom video it's planned, it's ready, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. I just don't know how I want to do it yet. I'm not sure how I want to do it. Shrek says, I just got done reading Girls of Wild Crazy at the beginning. What Girls of Wild? Girls of Wild? Doesn't that sound like those commercials back in the day, like on Spike TV? No, never mind. That was Girls Gone Wild. The Spike TV commercials, man. Good times, good time. Let me see. One Piece might drop on Thursday? Oh, man. That's like the worst day for me, dude. Yo, Thursdays, man. I mean, because this is my thing, right? Back whenever One Piece used to come out on Thursdays, that was like the only thing that I would able to do. Like, so this was what I used to do whenever One Piece used to come out on Thursdays. I would leave class because I have to get up really early for class. I literally I'm at class almost all day that day. That is my main day for classes. So I go to class, come home before I even eat. We're in like somewhere for the One Piece awesome sauce. I finish One Piece. I go to eat. I come back. Hopefully by then the damn thing is finished rendering, and then I'm able to upload the video like a couple hours after the initial recording. It's usually how it goes, and I have to go back to class later on that night. So now that it comes out on Fridays, man, Fridays are much more lenient for me, man, because all there is usually is just like work or something, right? And then I can just take care of everything else. But man, when I was coming on Thursdays, bro, it was a struggle, man, having to speed home, just get enough time. Especially you guys know how I am, man. I take like 30 to 40 minutes to read a damn chapter, you know what I mean? So, but it's something I can help. Let me see. We will still have JoJo references in 3017. That's a shoot. That is a shoot. Yo, Kogami, bring up. Let me see you grit those teeth. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Like it has it. Like I know a lot of people now that I've seen that don't really. It's like a half and half with Gurren Lagann. Like I see a lot of people that really love it, and I see a lot of people that just say it's utter trash. But there's one thing that everybody has to come at the end of the day, respect, is the fact that it's had a long-lasting effect on here, man. There's a lot of series that come out, man. And for a series to still have an impact to this very day, man, you just gotta respect it, yo. Yeah. Like, whenever you said, let me see you grit those teeth, I immediately could think of the scene right in my head. And that's a series I've only watched twice. I watched it once when I originally watched it, and I watched it again when it aired on, I believe it was either Sci-Fi, right? It aired on Sci-Fi. It would either when it aired on Sci-Fi or when it aired on cartoon or on Adult Swim, one of the two. Probably all three. I don't even remember. Who's the goatiest of the goats? Is it Jing, Gintoki, Giotto, Luffy, Eto, or the Crow? Jesus. Who's the goatiest of the goats? Is it Jing, Gintoki, Giotto? Yo, Giotto, man. I can't believe you brought up Giotto, bro. That's a legendary character. Luffy, man, the King, Eto, or the Crow? The Crow, bro. Man, is there a pass? Can I pass? But I mean, of course, Gintoki's my number one, right? Like I think that's pretty much set in stone when it comes to Gintoki as a character. But man, you named some legendary characters there, bro. You named some legendary characters, but honestly, after chapter 519, it's hard for me to put somebody above Gintoki. It's really tough, man. And then there's a lot of characters that I really love, but that moment legit really spooked me, man. It was so without a doubt one of the greatest, if not the greatest, probably the greatest moment, or not moment, but most memorable thing I think I've ever read. That changed my whole perspective on possibly this medium. Excuse me, this medium. And it's sometimes it may seem like an overreaction whenever I bring that up, man. But Gintoki is he's GOAT, man. He's a GOAT character. Oh, flag nerds. One Piece, great. That's facts, man. Listen, bro. Yeah, you guys know how many times I've chosen One Piece and Kingdom and Hunter x Hunter, Bleach. Whenever I'm doing these videos, man, over food, bro. Especially Kingdom, man. Yo, you guys know how long my Kingdom videos were, man. Like I remember one of them was almost 3 hours, and so that's at night, man. Right after work, man. I'm saying screw eating, man. And during night shifts. Well, I don't know if night shifts for you or like where you guys work or everything. It works the same way where I work, but usually you don't take a break. Whenever you're working a night shift, or if you do take a break, it's not very long. It doesn't give you enough time to properly eat. So whenever I come home and I'm starving, and sometimes I would say, F that, man, we're gonna read some Kingdom, especially during the Coalition arc, bro. Especially during the Coalition arc, man. I was saying, screw food, baby. Screw food. Do you have an account on Mal? Yes, but it is a trollish. No, trollish isn't really that word, because it's facts. I mean, my anime list is pretty factual. All right, at least when it comes to my top 10 favorite anime, my top 10 favorite manga. It's not an updated list. It's not updated at all, but it's a list it's there. At least you'll know what it could possibly be around, even though there's probably some series that I'm missing. Who's top 10 manga? My top 10 anime list literally includes 9 of one series, and then my favorite film in the history of animation. So if you were to go on my anime list right now and you were to look on my King Recon account, you would see Gintama, Gintama of the 2015 season #1, uh, the end of Evangelion #2, and then 3 through 10 is like the rest of the Gintama seasons. And then my manga list, I believe, like listen, I don't even think I had read Kingdom whenever I made that manga list, because I don't even know if Kingdom's on there. I don't know if Kingdom's on there. I know that pretty much my manga list is, I believe, like pretty similar to my favorite manga list that I made last year or the year before. So like pre Kingdom, pre like a bunch of series that I've read, and like pre Joe. Is Joe on there? Joe might be on there, man. I don't even know. But yeah, because Joe, Ashita Joe is without a doubt in my favorite mangas list, and I don't know if that's in there. So it's a random list I put together. Just, One Piece is probably in the right spot. Steel Ball Run is probably in the right spot. 20th Century Boy is probably in the right spot. I'm pretty sure that was the top 3, and I'm pretty sure that still is the top 3. But I have to think about it. That's something I have to think about, because Joe is godly, man, and then Kingdom, bro, Kingdom, But that's as far as like the manga list goes. So just I think the lists aren't updated, but the anime list is, just know when the anime list is factual, but it's pretty trollish at the same time, because those are my top 2 anime, and then like everything else is just random Gintama seasons, because I didn't feel like updating it. I said, screw that, man. I don't feel like coming up with a bunch of random anime. So many goats. Let me see. Luffy the King, bro. You already know. Let me see. Bro, Kingdom 536 is out. Yeah, man. There's the video is up on the channel. I'm not sure if I had your sub box, because YouTube likes to mess around with me when it comes to to promoting my content, but it is up on the channel, man. The Kingdom 536 video. Jing or Netero, in terms of strength or in terms of character? Because in terms of both, I'm taking Jing. I'm a fanboy. Listen, man, I'm taking Jing over anybody in Hunter x Hunter. I don't care who it is. You bring up any character in Hunter x Hunter, and I will always say Jing at #1. And if that's just me, being a fanboy, so be it. But I'm picking Jing over everybody in that series. Prime Jing, current Jing, child Jing, it doesn't matter. It's Jing. It is Yusuke post time skip, man. He is taking W's over everybody in that series. Let me see. Hey, how's it going, Blue Sea Devil T? I hope all is well. What are your top 5 manga in terms of just art style? Top 5 in terms of just art style. One Piece, it has my favorite art style, but well, this is kind of like a hard question, because One Piece is my favorite art style, but like in terms of like all around art, man, Steel Ball Run, bro, Steel Ball Run has this phenomenal art. Slam Dunk's art is out of this world, And I understand whenever the usual thing is Vagabond, right? Vagabond has like the best art. But for me, man, when I look at some panels in my final volume of Slam Dunk, listen, man, some of these panels, you just look at it, you're like, how was it possible that somebody actually drew this? Like, so let me see. But you're asking for just some art style, not like artwork. Let me see. Street art style. That's a tough one, man. Because like One Piece, of course, I love Ishida's art style, man. Sui Ishida's art style is beautiful. I just, there's something about those lines, man. I've really grown. Let me see. Battle Angel. I really like Battle Angel. All he does. Let me look at my manga collection back here, see if I can find anything. If not, I'll just like look on my manga list on my anime list or something. But the first thing that comes into my mind is those like. Because the thing with Berserk is I really love Berserk's art. I'm not sure if the art style I could say is like up there. Same thing with Reborn. I love Hitman Reborn's art, but its art style, I'm not sure. Like when I think of art style, the first 2 that come to my mind is Oda and Ishida. In terms of like the way that they draw, man, like it's such a unique thing that whenever you see it, it's an auto spot. So beautiful. And just in how unique it is, but it still looks really, it looks incredible. The person who does, oh my god, man, like Inside. Oshimi, the one behind Inside Mari, Happiness, Flowers of Evil. That's a really really striking art style, man. I don't know if you guys have ever read Onani Master Kurosawa. That series. No, hold on, bro. Wait. We're talking about art style, yo. Hold on, man. Yo, Nozoki Anna, man. Nozoki Anna. That series has, the art style. If that mangaka were to ever do another series, it does it. I don't even know if that person's ever done another series. But just off of the art alone, man, that series has phenomenal art, man. Phenomenal art, yo. Nozoki Anna greatness, man. You know what other series is really not, is really like, has a really nice art style I really like, man. Detective Conan. Conan has a really, 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 really unique art style, and it's mainly based around the nose, from what I can tell. But it looks so cool, and you can immediately differentiate it across from everybody else. And of course, you have like Toriyama, man. Like Dragon Ball's art style it's just out of this world, man. But in terms of top five, I couldn't really bring a top five. That's actually a good video topic for a future thing. But those are the first ones that come into mind. Is the ones that I just mentioned. Shout out to Nozoki Anna, man. That's quite a series right there, folks. Quite a series. Let me see. Hold on, yo. Did somebody just say Beans greater than Okay, all right, Joy Boy. I'll give it to you, man. Beans is probably the only character in Hunter x Hunter on Jinx level. All right, I'll probably give you that. Probably give you that. Well, actually, no. I probably say Beans, and then hold on. Let me see. Beans and what other characters are on the goats level, man, in Hunter x Hunter, yo. Jing is Prime Austin in the Attitude Era. That's a shoot. Austin wasn't laying down for anybody. See, but that's the thing. Like, and I see what you're saying, Captain. But the thing is, with Berserk and Vagabond, in terms of like their art, like I think their art, of course, is top five, no question. When it comes to art style, Vagabonds, I can't really say. In terms of art style, whenever I think of art style, I think of like a very very unique one that you can automatically like. Whenever you see that art style, you can picture, you know where that's from. Not in terms of the overall general art and how good it is. But Berserk's, I guess Mira's. I love Mira's art, man. I mean, I always gush over it on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I always post random Berserk panels, and there's a reason for that. It's phenomenal. It has really good stuff. Um, Kingdom, Vagabond, Berserk. Kingdom has the thing with Kingdom. Actually, now that you bring up Kingdom has a really really nice art style, man. It's something that took me a while to get used to at first, but the way that Kingdom portrays, and it's not even just about the war and the way that they do battle scenes. My favorite thing about Kingdom's art is its character models, the way that the characters are designed. The facial structure of characters in Kingdom is usually what drives people away from the series. To me, it's something that really drew me in, man. I really like the way the facial structure is for Kingdom, and the character models, man. Like you look at these character models, you look at characters like Kanki, you look at characters like Yotanwa, by Bajio, even the characters like in the current arc. Let's just say, oh man, I forgot what that one. The people that are currently facing Yotanwa, those guys, that tribe. You just look at those type of characters and the way that this is not a fictional source. Well, it is fictional, but it's based on like it's a historical fiction, right? And the way that he's still able to create like these character designs that are not bland, and instead adds like his own twist and with like his own art. Like I really love Hara's art. Now that you bring up Kingdom is probably up there for me. Maybe even top five, just based off that alone. The way that Hara designs weapons, the way that he designs the battlefield, and the way specifically characters, his character models are gorgeous, man. To me, that is the strongest one. And I know that's pretty blasphemous, saying because his battle scenes are so good, but his battle scenes can only be so good because of how good his character models are. You look back at let's just say early Kingdom, early Kingdom, back in like the 230s in that arc. The legendary panels with like Shin holding Kyokai, or let's just say whatever, like Shin and Rinko. Those things are only so good, and those panels are only so memorable because of how amazing those character models are. His character design is out of this world. I just now that I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts, I think I'm gonna have to put Kingdom top five, in terms of art style, man. That's a really really nice art style, man. It's so unique, and yet it stays true to historical fiction. Like now, whenever I associate China, I always associate with a freaking kingdom. Like that's how you know the art style is good. I love the way that Hara draws weapons too. The glaive, bows and arrows. It's something I really like about his art style, man. Hara's really good. That's my boy right there. Yo, Nick. Yo, Nick's an OG, guys. Let me tell you about my boy Nick, man. Nick has been following me since the OG channel. I swear, I believe since whenever I had like 10 or 15 subs, bro. Maybe even less, man. This man has been around since like the OG bathroom recording One Piece reactions and recording One Piece reviews in the bathroom days, man. Nick's been around for a long time, yo. That's my boy right there, dog. That's my boy right there, man. Let's see, how's it going, bro? Um, Bay Area, whenever you say greater than One Punch Man, like what do you mean? Like in terms of art style? I don't really like One Punch I don't know how to word this because I think the art style is gorgeous, and I think the art is gorgeous for One Punch Man. But in terms of art style, man, I'm not sure for me personally, in terms of, for what I like, I don't know if I could put One Punch Man's art style that high for me. And it's really, really good. It looks great. But for me, it's just, I don't know, it's just, I guess it's different for everybody. I actually prefer the way that and it looks, I mean, it's kind of like the same, right? Because it's drawn by the same person, but I actually prefer Mob Psycho's art style. I haven't read the manga from Mob Psycho, but in terms of like the way the anime was, I really like Mob Psycho's anime art style. Actually, if we were talking about anime and like the way that like art is done in anime, that would change probably my entire list. Because man, there are some animes, man, that have some. I mean, the way that that the art is in certain animes is just so cool, man. Like, first thing comes to mind is I've just recently started watching the series called the Tatami Galaxy, and that series is such a striking art style, man. That one, and like Fooly Cooly, first ones to pop up into mind is like series like Gainax in general has phenomenal um, ways in portraying their art, but nah, man. Staying back onto One Punch Man. I don't know, man. It has really really good art, but the art style, I guess, not for me. Not for me. But I respect it. See, Kevin, yo, hold on, yo, hey, bro, hold on, yeah, first last is right. First last is right. Kevin Goodman, bro, Billy Bat. Yo, Urasawa's manga art style is godly, bro. I forgot, man. Yo, we've been sitting here talking about Inoue and Mura. I forgot about my man. Yo, my man. Yo, Naoki Urasawa. Man. I mean, no, I think it speaks for itself, bro. People always, well, at least for me, I always rave about how good his stories are and how good his characters are. But by damn, if his art ain't good too, man. Urasawa, bro, that's my boy. This man said Kevin Goodman, bro. Billy Bat greatness. Man, I need a Billy Bat reread. I've only read through Billy Bat once. Man. And that was such a great. Urasawa is one of the main reasons why I still haven't made a top 15 favorite anime manga list. Is because it'd be so difficult. I mean, I know Century Boys is my favorite out of like his main series, but man, I still love Monster, bro. And I mean, I love Monster, and I love Billy Bats, but and I'm just looking at these series, and I'm like, yo, how can I not put these on here? And I look at other series, and I'm like, I can't leave this out, man. And I blame Urasawa, man. I really do. Let me see. Mushishi's art style. Mushishi's interesting. I I've heard a lot about it. And I've watched the first episode. It was years ago, but I watched the first episode, and I really like the opening. Excuse me, I really like the opening. And but I just haven't gotten around to watching the series, and it fits me. I love episodic storytelling. I know Mushishi's an episodic story. but I just haven't watched it yet. I sure need to. I sure need to. What about oh, that was the one I was missing. You know, Elaine Suarez just brought it up, yo. What about Tonpa? Tonpa's the only character. But you know what? The big three of Hunter x Hunter is Jing Freaks at number 1. Then a couple tiers below him is Beans, and then Beans and Tonpa are on the same level, and then every other character follows suit in terms of strength. You know, well, actually, I can't disrespect Crow like that. Let me see. Jing, Crow. Yeah, let's say Tonpa, bro. Tonpa and Beans, yo. Beans. Nozomi to yeah. Oh, hey, Dustin, yo, Dustin fanboy read Nozokiana, man. Respect, yo, respect. Nozomi to Kimio is a sequel to Nozoki Onna. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. Yo, Vinland Saga. Yo, Vinland Saga is another series that I say has really, really good art, but I'm not sure if I would put the art styles on my favorites. But Vinland Saga is phenomenal art. Yo, Fist of the North Star art style. The thing with Fist of the North Star's art, man, I mean, I respect it. It's the same thing I would have with like Ashita no Joe. It's an art style I really, really like, but I just feel like I like others more. But Fist of the North Star, man, yo, that's some greatness right there, man. But yeah, going back to Vinland Saga for a sec. I need to catch up on Vinland Saga, man. I'm quite a few chapters behind on Vinland Saga, man. I need to catch up on the greatness. Hara got tips from Inoue around the early chapters on how to improve his art style. Man, makes sense. Makes sense, baby. Let me see. Kingdom's artwork is beautiful. I was awestruck from the first few chapters. I agree, Nick, man. From the very first few chapters that I read from Kingdom, I remember I always point to the first time that I was really in awe of its art. I was really, really early on. It was when they first looked at the mountain plains. You guys remember that panel where they first look at the mountain plains and you see like this huge, like a couple of, it looks like a beehive from a while, but like it's kind of zoomed in and you see so much detail in some of these huts and houses and places here in the mountains. And it was the whole page spread, and that panel was the first time that I said, man, this art is beautiful. And the second time that I said it was in whenever the Seikyo Rebellion stuff was going down. The perspective panels in the fighting, man, is something that I absolutely loved, because for quite some time there, when it came to the art, speaking of another series where I like its art style, Gantz, the mangaka of Gantz / Inuyashiki, I really like their art style as well. But going back to and Bastard, I forgot to talk about Bastard as well. Bastard's art style is, but the thing with Bastard is that Bastard is really similar to Fist of the North Star in terms of how I feel about its art style. I feel the art style is really, really good. But I feel like I just have some others above it. We'll go back to Kingdom real fast. When it comes to the perspectives, I compare. Oh man, and JoJo's a given. All right, JoJo's a given. But I think I talked about Steel Ball Run. But speaking about Steel Ball Run, there's one thing that Steel Ball Run and One Piece have in terms of the way that they draw that always gets to be the perspective of it, right? I love aerial and shots that are done from like below. And Kingdom does the below shot almost as good as anything I've ever seen. You know, the aerial shot is done so well in One Piece, so well in Rocky's works. It's done really, really well in Berserk. It's done really, really well in well, I guess like the mid shot is probably the best when it comes to Slam Dunk. But you know, this is just to name a few. But when it comes to like the shot from under, the shot where people are looking up at a character that's coming down on them, and you're seeing that like firsthand perspective right there. I think that Kingdom is number one in its game when it comes to that perspective. And I first noticed that in the Kyokai panel and in a Shin panel in the Seikyo Rebellion arc. And I forgot what page it is, and I forgot what panel it was, or like what chapter it was. But the panel is still right in my mind, man. And to this very day, whenever I read Kingdom and I see a panel like that, it reminds me why I love his art so much. It's the perspectives that this man uses whenever he's drawing, man. It's all about perspective, y'all. It's all about perspective. But the way that he does the shots from below from below the people, because he doesn't go all the way down to the legs. He kind of like goes down to their backs, and it gives you like a shot as if you were a person in the crowd. He gives you that perspective of you're a person in the crowd looking up at this thing that's coming down on you, and it looks like you're in it, and it allows you to get more immersed. And it's glorious. It's gorgeous, man. And then, like that's what really drew me to Kingdom. That and the panel I talked about with the planes. Oh, Feng Shenji's art is. I mean, well, I didn't even count that because that's a manhua. You know, if we're talking about manhua as well, the Breaker is really really nice art. But Feng Shenji's art is really really good. All right, lads, man, have a good one, my man. Have a good one, bro. Crap, I saw a panel I really wanted, or I saw a thing that I really wanted to see. Hold on, let me address this comment real quick. Yes, man, I did watch the Tatami Galaxy. I did watch the Tatami Galaxy. I liked it a lot, man. I really did. It's the way that it was done was just done so well. The direction, it was man, it's so cool. It's a series that has so much replay value. You know, it's like high tier. I'm not sure if I would consider like top tier. It's not like Ava, Serial Experiments, Lane, One Piece type of level when it comes to replay value for me. But it's still up there, man. Like a series I already want to go back and go through again. So I really like it. So it's made and directed by Masaki Yuasa. Dude is a genius. He's currently working on the new Devilman anime. Oh man, if he's doing the new Devilman anime, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. There's so many different art styles out there, and everyone loves different styles for different reasons. The reason why, amen to that, Bay Area. Amen to that. It's the wonderful thing about this art form, and not only just his art form, man. It's just about art in general. That's one of the main reasons why I love professional wrestling. You know, you guys always hear me talk about wrestling on this thing, and you may ask, you know, why Recon? Why are you watching wrestling nowadays? If you know the golden era is still over, that's because I respect the art of pro wrestling, man. I truly do. You know, I don't just watch WWE, man. And even if I were to just watch WWE now, like the landscape has just changed so much that there's so many different wrestlers portraying their art in the ring. But like whenever I allowed myself to go out and see all of the different types of telling a story in the professional wrestling ring, you know, going as far as in like New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling, and you know, and on the indies, whenever you look up at some promotions in the UK, and with like Progress and whatnot, like just a different type of styles all over the world. It's very similar to what I look for, like when I look at art style in manga. And there's a preferred style. Like I really love the way that Japan does, and Japan's hard hitting style that makes it actually feel like a fight, but also an emotional story. Like it's a fight that's told like in a storytelling type of format, but it's still hard hitting and very emotional. So it's not just with this medium; it's with like all mediums. I think with video games. Like some people tell me that Breath of the Wild is a pretty ugly looking game. I think Breath of the Wild is one of the most gorgeous games ever created. But then again, I have a Zelda bias, but still. Let me see. Gotta catch a Rare Recon live stream. But it's straight. All right, man. First, last. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Yeah, thanks a lot for a lot of you for stopping by. I know this was last. It was a stream that came out of nowhere, but I'm glad that a lot of you managed to stop by. Let me see. When it comes to anime art style, the Tale of Princess Kaguya, Red Line, man. Bebop, of course. Bebop's, and I mean, there's not even a question. There's not even a question, man. Bebop is top. Yo, that's the GOAT. Oh man. So Kaiba is another series made by the person that made Tatami Galaxy, right? By that, because I remember you talking about the Masaki Yuasa. So Redline is a movie that I've been meaning to watch and I have not watched, and I need to watch that, man. Ippo or Joe? Right now, if you're asking me right now, maybe it's because I just finished Joe this year, but I'm going with Joe, man. I love Ippo. I think Ippo is glorious and fantastic, and it's still up there for me. It's still one of my favorites, man. But Joe, man, there's just something about that series, bro. And it's hard because, like, right now, if I were to listen to Ippo opening 2, I'd probably say Ippo. Right now, man, Joe is fresh in my mind, man. Yo, Joe, bro. Joe. Mushishi was actually the first anime I ever watched was I Have Ginkgo. Really? Mushishi was your first anime, man. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Because usually whenever somebody's first anime is usually one of like the really, really popular ones. But Mushishi being the first anime you ever watched is actually pretty interesting, man. How did you come about that? Uh, Even if if you don't tell me now, like if you could tell me sometime later on like the Discord, I'd love to know your story. Yo, like how did you come across Mushishi? That it was the first anime you ever watched? Did somebody get you into it or something? That's actually really really interesting, man. I would ever love to hear that. King, will there ever come a story that can surpass the greatness that is Steel Ball Run? In terms of story, I think everything can always be surpassed. Um, in terms of like a story, I know there will come a point in time where a story can surpass it. That something will always be everything will always be surpassed. But Steel Ball Run is just such a phenomenon. It's like I wish I owned it, man. I truly wish that it was in English. I don't even care if it was hardcover, flipping paper. I don't care, man. Paperback, it don't matter. I just want to own Steel Ball Run, man. I want to just re-experience that series over and over and over and over and over again. But in terms of like something surpassing it, something will always surpass something. Even when it comes to I'm a big basketball guy. When it comes to always the conversations when it comes to MJ, and how nobody will ever surpass MJ, man. As much as I love MJ, as much as I love a lot of the current players nowadays and all that stuff, eventually someone is always going to come around that will be better than someone in the past. And a lot of people that have their nostalgia glasses from then will probably either be on the way out or dead, or whatever the case may be. And the people from that generation let's just say, somebody like me, I grew up watching some of MJ's games. I have a couple of MJ's games actually on my VHS tapes. But I mainly, in my teens and whatnot, and growing up, I was a big Kobe guy because that was the man. Whenever I was, competent enough to understand the psychology and everything that went into basketball, and Kobe was the dude. So like for me, Kobe's the dude. And I understand whenever people say that like he's not one of the greatest of all time, and I understand that. Just like for with my dad's generation, it was all about Magic Johnson, and I love Magic Johnson. Yeah, I based a lot of my game when I used to play around Magic Johnson. But the thing is that's the thing is, during the eras, like you see a lot of people now. I have a lot of my cousins who are currently growing up, who are still in their teens, that they look up to like the LeBron James, or whatever the case may be, like LeBron or Steph or whatever, as being like some of the all-time greats. And if somebody were to tell me that LeBron is the greatest of all time, it's not something I can dispute. I can say that somebody has more, like MJ has more rings, Kobe has more rings, whatever the case may be. But it's not something I can say like, yo, he is the true GOAT. No, that's up to you, man. It's not like we can just jump across different generations. The game has changed and people have changed. So there will come a point in time to where, let's just say, like 100 years from now, One Piece is over, and it's known as like one of the greatest. Like the thing is, whenever you look at like something like the Shakespeare, or like a Star Wars, or like a Batman, like these type of things, these type of stories that I feel like will last for a very very long time, especially Star Wars, with how many times it's retold. But Shakespeare's that thing's been told in schools for so many years. So people could consider that being the greatest of all time. Will they consider the greatest of all time? I don't know. So I think it just depends, man. But eventually, something will always come to surpass something. Doesn't matter what it is, man. Doesn't matter what it is. Let me see. For manga, in terms of art style, my choice is hands down Lone Wolf and Cub. I've never read that. I remember a long time ago. I I saw a little bit from it, but I believe it was at the store, because I think they still have copies of Lone Wolf and Cub at the local Books a Million. But yeah, Bay Area, man, same, bro. This man said it. Yeah, that was your starting stuff, man. Mine was Dragon Ball, bro. Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. whenever I started watching anime, man. That was the jam, bro. I still love Dragon Ball as much as probably even more than I did back in the day, man. But more now, I love Dragon Ball for different reasons. You know, I love the production process and all that stuff behind Dragon Ball. But I still watch it every week, and I still find a lot of the stuff I found epic back in the day, epic now. So yeah, man. Yeah, same with me, man. Well, DBZ and Pokemon. Pokemon came a little bit later for me, but for me, it was Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. Um, yeah, Nick, yo, you know what panel I'm talking about, man. You know what panel I'm talking about. Are you reading the Made in the Abyss manga? Actually, no, I haven't started it yet. I haven't started that. That's something else that I need to get on. That I need to really, really get on. It's the Made in the Abyss manga. Attack on Titan and Kakegurui also crazy good panels and art style. Yo, Kakegurui. I mean, I haven't really read that much of Attack on Titan manga. Only like a couple of chapters from like the past, and that's a couple of the ones that I saw like on stream. But I haven't seen anything from like the future or anything. Thank God that I've been spoiled because Attack on Titan is a pretty popular series. But when it comes to Kakegurui, yeah, from what I've seen, man, it's oh my gosh, man. I mean, going back to oh man, what was the name of that arc? You know what? The arc with Kirari, uh, with Kirari. Oh my god, I'm already forgetting her name. The her assistant, the one with her and her assistant and Yumiko. Whenever they were in that tower, with all the different games in that tower, the art in that was godly, man. It was really good. Kakegurui is another one were similar to Kingdom. The reason why I think its art's so good is basically because of its characters. The eyes, man. Kakegurui does eyes so good. The eyes are like the main thing of why I like Reborn's artwork so much. But Kakegurui's artwork is godly, man. Kakegurui is so good. Yo, that art style is phenomenal. You're right. You're right. Top waifu. Kakegurui has really good art. What do you think of the Undertaker comeback to Raw 25th anniversary next year? I mean, I can't wait for the show itself because it'll be extremely nostalgic. I've been watching Raw for almost, I mean, pretty much almost as long as it's been on the air. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the intros and like the callbacks of like to like the OG days and whatnot. But I like the Undertaker coming back, man. For what reason, man? Like let the man rest. Let Taker rest, man. You know, he had a phenomenal final chapter. I mean, the match itself was pretty garbage, but the way that he went out is something so memorable that none of us will ever forget. That is WrestleMania 33. Just let the man rest, man. Just let Taker rest. I mean, if it's his call, if it's because he wants to come back, then whatever. But let Taker rest, man. He deserves it. But it's the 25th anniversary. If he only comes back for that night, just because it is 25th anniversary, and they want to bring back like Austin and Rock, like I'll take it, man. It's the 25th anniversary of Raw, so I'll take it. I love Breath. Yo, Wither Jockey, Breath. Yo, in Odyssey, I'm almost done with Odyssey. I'm in. I believe to be the final castle. I believe. Yeah, Bay Area, man, I said the same thing. How can anyone say Breath of the Wild is an ugly game? There are actually people that tell me that Breath of the Wild is an ugly game, dude. I'm telling you, I hear it. I hear it and I see it. Not only Breath of the Wild, man. Excuse me. Not only Breath of the Wild, but for Zelda games for years, man. For years. You guys remember, I know, I've never played Wind Waker. Right, that is the one main Zelda title I've never played, and it's one that I will play one year because everybody tells me Wind Waker probably end up being one of my favorites because it is a journey on the sea and the adventure aspect and whatnot. But I've heard people say, especially whenever the game first came out, that Wind Waker's art style was trash. Wind Waker has one of the most amazing art styles I've ever seen, and it's so unique. It's different. But like it's very similar. Like whenever somebody tells me that Breath of the Wild's artwork is bad or his art is bad, I'm like, what? We have the same eyes here, bro. Are we looking at the same thing? It's like, come on, man. In case you're interested, Flag Nerds. In case you're interested in another great anime by Yuasa, including Ping Pong the Animation, man. That is a oh wow, yo, I watched Kick Heart. I did watch Kick Heart. I remember Kick Heart. Yeah, Flag Nerds, man. I think I remember when actually I remember when Kick Heart came out. I think I watched Kick Hard, yo. I swear. Let me, because that sounds so familiar. That sounds like something I've watched. Kick Heart anime. I did watch this. I did watch this. Yes, I did. Yeah, yo, yeah, I did watch Kick Heart, man. I remember this. You have the wrestling references. Yes, yes, I remember this. Yep, yep. I do recall watching this. I watched this on Adult Swim, if I'm not mistaken, when they aired it. I was about to say, I was like, man, I swear I've seen this before. All right, let me see. Who's your favorite OG wrestler? Shawn Michaels, and he's probably my favorite wrestler of all time too. Like, well, in terms of like whenever I was a kid, and of course Stone Cold Steve Austin was my favorite, but as I've grown older, my favorite OG wrestler is Shawn Michaels. I came across Mushishi anime from one of my older cousins when I was with my family in the DR. I think it was around 10 or 12 years old. Wow, so your cousin introduced you to Mushishi. Like what was it that drew you to it? Is just like the way, the art style, the music. I know music is a big thing. Music is how I got my cousins into anime, through the Naruto soundtrack. Is something that really got the Naruto and Dragon Ball soundtracks really got them into it. Hey, Aaron, man, how's it going? How are you doing, my friend? I hope all is well, my man. Kirari doesn't take L's. That's a shoot, top waifu. That is a shoot. Kirari will never take L's. Yeah, man. Kirari Momobami, man. Ririka, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's going on? The HDFA says I can't watch the stream. Something went wrong. Oh, that sucks. I wonder why. I wonder why it says that. Hey King, when do you? Let me see. Hey King, when do you think NL the GOAT is coming back? Yo, man, listen, man. When NL comes back, yo, that's gonna listen, bro. I remember saying back then that like when Starjin returned in Toriko, I'd probably fly out my window. When NL comes back, man, that actually might be a that might be a. It depends on the way that he comes back, because everything always depends on the way it's executed. But I have faith in Oda that make it super epic and insane. Oh man, dude. Yeah, when NL comes back, that's gonna be godly. Yo, same Joy Boy. I would love a One Piece game like Wind Waker, man. And I've never played Wind Waker, but I know how it is. I know how it is. So if they made a One Piece game like Wind Waker, man, oh my gosh. Wasn't that how flag arts? Because no, never mind. I'm about to say, because Unlimited World Red isn't like Wind Waker. Wind Waker is a true open world experience. They really do need to make a One Piece game like that. That'd be flipping awesome sauce, man. Going from island to island. They need to make a One Piece MMO like that, even though it'll probably take years to make and years to maintain. But I think One Piece MMO, like the devil fruits and the way the world is, people are really interested in the Sea of Thieves game coming out that Xbox has coming out. It's one of their only exclusives that people are really excited for, which is actually pretty interesting considering it's an indie title. But the fact that it's a pirate game that is so similar to like the likes of One Piece, and like the fact that they don't take advantage of this IP of One Piece to create a massive pirate game, but yeah, they created this indie Sea of Thieves game just boggles my mind. Like, and then again, now they have this new because there's 2 new One Piece games coming out. They've announced one of them is this VR virtual reality thing that I saw. Oh my god! Can you listen, man? Yo, don't give me that, man. Don't give me that, yo. Listen, man. Nami, hey, we'll just leave it at that. So, but when it comes down to the other one, the other video game that they have for One Piece is going to be a title that is unforeseen proportions that that we've never seen before. They've done fighting games, they've done the adventure games, they've done open world games, they've done a lot of stuff for One Piece. Well, not really an open world game. They've done sort of like an open world game, action games, action adventure games type of stuff. But One Piece has never, ever, ever, ever done a game like a Sea of Thieves type of thing, or an MMORPG. So if it does something like that, if that's what this unprecedented thing is, man, it's over. It's over, yo. That's gonna be one of the best games ever. Yo, man, Recon, you've watched so many good series. Love to have a conversation with you one day. Yo, man, for sure, bro. For sure. Oh wait, why do you say that? Like in terms of what I've said in the stream, or did you look on the on my anime list. So even though I haven't I haven't even refreshed my anime list in a long time. See, my whole thing with it, right, is I've watched a lot of animes. And the whole thing is there's just some that I don't remember, man. Because I've been watching anime for so many years, bro. Like I've watched so many things that aired on TV, and then after Bleach skyrocketed my love for anime. That really made me want to search and see like what is out there in terms of going on the internet and seeing, what can I find. When I really started, seeking out animated series, that's when and then after that, after I caught up to One Piece. One Piece was the first manga I was really invested to, and then after that I found Berserk, and like that's when I got into the manga thing. So like, and what's incredible to me, Captain, is the fact that I've watched a lot of series, and yet there's so many animes, mangas still out there that still intrigue me, and still I really, really want to watch them, and really, really want to read them. Like there's still a lot of them out there, and it's incredible how much and how deep this medium goes, There's so many good series, which is why it's so hard for me to make a top 10/top 15, because I like so many series. I like really, really like some of these series. And then it's hard because I look at some series and I'm like, yo, these series are so good. And I look at some other series and I'm like, they might not be as good, but I love them, like in terms of my personal enjoyment. And it's tough. It's tough to differentiate the two at times. So it's tough because every time I make like a top 15, top 10, I want to include some series that could possibly get some other people into other series, like whatever, man. You pull out some stuff. Like I would love for more people to watch Revolutionary Girl Utena, or Rose of the Versailles, or flipping. Let me see. Just those two as an example. Because just a couple like the older series, because that's where I started watching. It was like a lot of like the older generation stuff. So when I think of those series, I think such powerful, strong characters. They're really, really well written characters. That's my favorite thing about this medium, is how strong some of the characters are. And I look at stories like that, and I'm like, man, I want to include that in my top 10. But then I think of other series that I really, really, really love, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can include this in my top 10 because just so many series that I absolutely adore, that are so close to my heart for different memories and experiences, or talk about them on the channel. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. But then I also want to use like that list to get more people into different series they may not have seen before. So it's tough, man. That's why I haven't made a damn list. I'm gonna make that list one day. Um, I saw a question I wanted to answer. Who's the best girl in JoJo? Jolene. Period. Jolene Cujo, man. No question. Stone free, baby. Yeah, Jolene. And then in terms of looks, though, flag nerds. In terms of looks, in terms of looks, man, Lisa's gotta be up there. Lisa, Josuke's mom, man. Be honest with you, bro. Yo, Josuke's mom, man. That's a true MILF, dog. Yeah. Oh man, how could I forget Yasuo, bro? Yo, man, Yasuo's top tier. Yasuo's top tier, and the fact that Araki's artwork has gotten so good. But my favorite is without a doubt Jolene. Jolene's such an awesome character, man. She is the main reason why I love Part 6, because Part 6's supporting cast is not one of my favorites. I know it's not one that I would consider really, really high. I like probably more than half of the other JoJo parts main cast more than Part 6's main cast. But Jolene is such a strong main character that it drives that part for me, man. And her supporting cast is good. It's good. It's good. It's not like Part 5 or Part 4 level of like really, really, really strong supporting cast. And then Part 7 probably has like the greatest main cast, one of the greatest main casts I've ever read. But when it comes to Part 6, it's like she's so good that she stands out around some of her others. And they're good characters too. But Jolene is she's wonderful, and maybe it's because she's had so much screen time that I've been able to get so attached to her. But I really like Jolene. Um, yo, hold on, yo, Captain once again coming in clutch. This man brought up Michiko Malandro. Yo, Michiko to Hachin is legendary, man. Well, not legendary, all right. It was legendary. I still hate the way that series ended. I don't like the ending of that series at all, man. And it takes away from the rest of it. The adventure and the journey of Michiko to Hachin was so good. It was so good, man. The episodic storytelling, the adventure, these two characters going at it, the mystery aspect, trying to find and chase this person. But the way it ended just made me like, what? Are we being serious here? Michiko to Hachin, man, it could have really been a an awesome sauce of a series, like a 10 out of 10 series. I was really loving it. But because of that one, because of the way that it ended, man, I can't consider it one of the greats. It is a great series, but I can't consider it one of the greats. You know, like when I think about Shinichiro Watanabe's other series, and I see like how well those have ended. Shampoo's ending, Bebop has probably my favorite ending in the way that a series has ended ever. You know, aside from Evangelion, but that's a thing for another day. Um, and like it's 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 like, come on, bro. Why did they have to choose the ending for Michiko to Hachi, man? And it's a solid ending, but it was just such a really, like, the way after this everything was so built up. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that ending, man. I didn't like it. Yeah, Nick, man. I've never played Wind Waker. I've never played Wind Waker, bro. And as a Zelda tard, as a man who can sit here and say I've played every single almost every main Zelda game since Link to the Past, which was my first one up until now, and I've never played Wind Waker. That's the one I've never played. Played all the other ones, never played Wind Waker, and it's sad. I know it's sad, but the thing is, when Wind Waker came out, I was still on my PS1 slash original Xbox thing. And when I first got my GameCube, it was all about Melee. It was all about Super Mario Sunshine. It was all about Mario Kart Double Dash, Kirby's Air Ride. Because it's just, different times, man, different times. It is what it is. But I never played Wind Waker. Um, curious what you hear. Curious to hear what you think about Boku no Hero. Oh man, I really like Boku no Hero, man. It's the anime is a fantastic adaptation of the manga. The manga has some really good content. I've only read up until chapter 105 or 106 was the last chapter I did a live reaction to here on the channel. I've stated this multiple times. I believe that chapter 92 of Boku no Hero is probably my favorite chapter of 2016. It's tough because 2016 had 844 in One Piece. It had, I believe it was chapter 606 in Gintama. There was a lot of really good Murcielago chapters coming out that year as well. Toriko's finale, Bleach's finale. There's a lot of stuff that's really near and dear to my heart. But Boku no Hero chapter 92 elevated that series from great to where I thought it was amazing. I haven't read in a long time because I just fell back on it. I still respect it a lot. I really like Boku no Hero, but that arc, man, and chapter 92 in particular is such an amazing chapter, man. That arc is so good, but that chapter, man, it's like I said, it's one of my favorite chapters. Maybe even like of all time, definitely top 15. It's such a good chapter, man, and it's just mainly based on what I love. But I really like Boku no Hero, man. I think it's a very strong cast of characters, and I think the concept of it is really good. The anime has really made me like it a lot more. Watching a lot of the stuff that in the anime has really made me like it a lot more. Even though there's a couple of things that maybe because I experienced it first in the manga, I like it a little bit more in the manga. There's a lot of things the anime does better, and a lot of things the anime does right. And I look forward to catching up again, man. I really like Boku no Hero though. I really do. I need to catch back up. That's like the main thing. But I really like Boku no Hero. I was one of the guys on here hyping it up for a long time, and then I just fell off. Fell off on it. I need to catch back up. Let me see. Reagan is the only character who can solo Jing easily. Reagan, yo, Mob Psycho greatness. Man. Yo, you remember whenever we were watching that, bro? Reagan. Rose of the Versailles, such an oh yeah, facts. Rose of the Versailles is a phenomenal series, man. Absolutely phenomenal series. Exactly, man. You see what I'm saying when it comes to the top tens. You know, I always try to get people into other shows. Like in my top 10 that from what I can think of, I'm pretty sure I would have Lupin the Third in my top 10, right? And like that's a series that there's one particular part of Lupin the Third called Flagnards, man, the Life of Fujiko Mine, or no, I'm not the life. I'm sorry, a woman called Fujiko Mine. That to me is like one of my all-time favorites. And even though it's like 12 episodes, and it's not something I would recommend to everybody because it's not a series I would recommend being watched by everybody because there's a lot of adult content. But it is a series that it's hard because I can't really say I would recommend it to people, but I would just want people at least to kind of check it out because it's just so damn good. It's so damn good, man. Episodic storytelling at its not at its finest. Bebop is episodic storytelling at its finest. But you know, flipping Fujiko Mine for being a 12 episode series or 12 or 13. It was so good, man. It was so good. But that's like that type of thing. Like I would have that in my top 10, and people would be like, "Whoa, okay, that one. I've never heard of that, or not even I've never heard of it." Like, oh, okay, like that's brought up. Let me go ahead and see. Let me check it out and see if I like it. Um, I think that's the power of being. I think that's the power that we as anime manga YouTubers have in terms of getting other people into series. Like I'll give you a quick example. Even when I was already a YouTuber, when I saw my man King of Lightning hyping up Toriko, and then my boy Northside hyping up Toriko, it really made me be like, yo, this series actually sounds pretty cool. Let me check it out. And it ended up being one of the beasts. Like I love Toriko, man. But I got into it because the YouTuber was recommending it and hyping it up. I know there's a lot of people out here like NZ Anime and Manga. I loved watching his top 10s recommendation videos because he would watch some stuff and the way that he would talk about certain things really made me want to check it out. Like it's because of him that I even found out about like Holy Land and like a couple of these other series. And I think that's the power that like anime manga YouTubers have in terms of getting people into series. And I like that. I like that about our community because there's a lot of negativity. Whenever you find positivity in here, man, it's something that you need to that you definitely need to hold on to. The Stardust Crusaders or Passion? Which cast do you like better? I probably have to say the Passion, man. Yeah, listen, man. Yo, bro, Part 5's cast is god. Part 5's cast is great, man. I mean, Part 3's is of course more memorable. The Part 5's cast is it's so good, man. It's so good. Let me see. Yeah, part 6 is my second favorite part, but I can definitely see why I know a lot of people who don't like part 6. It's definitely a part that you either have really really high or really, really low. It's up on the higher spectrum, it's on the higher scale for me. I really like it. Um, Flag Knights. All right, top 5 Gintama girls: Kagura, Tama, Suki, Nobume, and last one is tough because just because of looks, man. I want to put Koga on there, but I love Sachan and I love Cube. But Otai too. But off the top of my head, Kagura is number 1, Tama, and then Nobume, Sukuyo, and just to complete it, Sachan. I'll leave it at Sachan. I was gonna say Coco, man, because I just oh my god, man, she's a goddess. But I really love Sachan, so I'll just put it like that. But Otai is a part of the main gang, the main gang. So that probably would be my top 5 right there. I can agree with that. Michiko Ashin is a great series, but not top 10 worthy. I'd give it a light 7.5 to a strong 8. No, yeah, for sure, for sure. Same here, same here. I think it could have definitely been a strong 9, man, or a 9.5 if it would have had a good ending. But man, the ending, flag nerds. I still have my GameCube N64 and PS2. Yo, my last One Piece video, I brought out my PS1, and my PS2 is under my bed, and I still have most of my consoles. My GameCube, I don't have it anymore, but my cousin still has his, which was the one that we mainly played on anyway. So my cousin still has his. I do not have my GameCube. I still have my Super Nintendo somewhere in this house. I don't know where it is though. It might be. I don't know. I never sold it though. But my PS1, I'm looking at it right now. It's right over there in the corner. So I still have that. I still have my original Game Boy Advance. And I don't normally sell consoles unless they don't work. My GameCube didn't work. My original Xbox didn't work. And that kind of stuff. But if the consoles still work, I'm keeping them. Like all my PlayStation consoles still work. And then my PSP got stolen when I was in high school. But other than that, I still kept all my consoles, even if they are near broken. But if they don't work anymore, then I sold. I either sold them, but at some point in time, I just stopped selling stuff. Like especially the GameStop, man. I said screw it. I'm not giving these guys this stuff for what, man? They're only giving me like $20 for this stuff. So I just started keeping games. You know, whenever I really started getting into Bleach and One Piece, it really started my love for collecting stuff. So I decided, man, I'm gonna start not selling stuff. Like as my One Piece and Bleach collection grew, I decided to start collecting the games as well, and just keeping them there. Like my Metal Gear Solid collection, I'm very proud of it because I still have like all the OGs. Metal Gear Solids, before Sustenance, before all that stuff. I have like the original copies of Snake Eater and the original Metal Gear with the VR missions, and like I'm proud of those. I'm proud of those, man. I still have F-Zero GX, even though I don't have my GameCube. I still have F-Zero GX because my pride as a collector. F-Zero GX goes on the market for at least $100, and I have it. I have it, baby. The same thing with Majora's Mask. Let me see. Still on PS2, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I still have Budokai 2. Budokai 2 is that's one game I'll never get rid of, and it's somewhere over there. I brought it up on a Discord chat a couple months ago, because that's probably still my favorite Dragon Ball game. I mean, I know Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is godly. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is like the king when it comes to Dragon Ball fighting games. Budokai 2 especially makes my heart, man. I can't help it. Let me see. Yo, HDFA, it works for you. It works for you. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Let me see. I'm glad to have you here, my friend. Let me see. Lupin. Yo, you already know Lupin the Third, baby. The greatness. Oh man, I love that series. And it's funny because I actually got into Lupin the Third, like I was talking about earlier, with people getting people into other series because of like the whole Lupin the Third thing that was happening this year. With like I remember I follow this one guy who was catching up to Gintama on Twitter by the name of Grant, was tweeting about it, and my boy Colton as well. They were tweeting about Lupin the Third, and I was like, man, let me check this out. And the first one I watched out of it was the Fujiko Mina series, and I loved it so much that I started reading started watching the other series, and then I started watching the movies, and I was like, yo, I really like this series, man. I really, really like it. The episodic nature of it really sticks with me. Let me see. I'm looking forward to the insane character development on Aster and Black Clover, and I'm seeing potential. Yeah, honestly, man, Black Clover for me was a series that just got better and better as it went on. I'm a few chapters behind, just like I'm a few chapters behind Robot X Laserbeam. With the Viz translations, I'm behind because I forgot to renew my subscription, which sucks because I've been wanting to reread the One Piece chapters in Viz scans, but I haven't been able to because I haven't renewed my subscription. I need to renew it hopefully sometime this month. But whenever I renew my subscription, I plan on catching back up to Black Clover and Robot X Laserbeam.
because Black Clover is such a fun series to read on a basis like it's the adventure aspect that takes place later on in the series. But Asta as a character, man, like he's cool, but I feel like Black Clover's it's a series that has a very, very, very strong supporting cast that really, drives it through, man. And then, of course, with how good the supporting cast is, it makes Asta shine a lot in a little bit of the later arcs. But the supporting cast for Black Clover, I have a lot of respect for because even from the very beginning, when it comes to the Black Bulls, I was like, yo, you know what? I can vibe with these guys. They're all very different. They're all very quirky, very unique, and I'm getting emotionally invested in these characters. And as you get more into their stories, man, you're like, yo, man, these are some good characters. But when it comes to Asta, I'm looking forward to seeing more from him as a character, how he grows in this journey. But for right now, man, the supporting cast is my favorite part about Black Clover in terms of the characters. But I'm with you there. I'm looking forward to seeing the what how Asta is going to develop as a character from here until the end of the series. Hide is the god of PlayStation to the point where we create a language with it. That's a shoot, Black Reaper, bro. Yo, Hide created a language of PlayStation symbols. Dude, Ishida's a troll, man. Ishida's a troll. How do you make somebody speak in PlayStation symbols, bro? I love that guy, yo. Let me see. Doesn't mean new Lupin and the fifth season is gonna take place in France? Yo, when that comes out, man. Yo, weekly right there, baby. Weekly. Alright, let me see. Mm, I used to be the opposite. I used to collect consoles and refuse to sell them, but now I sell them. I don't play them anymore. Although I'd never sell anything pre N64. Yeah. Oh wait. By the way, Mr. X Reacts. Thanks a lot for stopping by, yo. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I've been keeping up with your with your A&J journey, man. The Ashitano Joe greatness, like and the Gotama awesome as well, yo. But and I see that you're also catching up to Kingdom as well, man. Some absolute awesome sauce you're going through, but yo, Ashita no Joe greatness, man. I love that series. But yeah, in terms of what you were saying, for me, man, like it was, I can understand why you never sell anything pre N64 because it's legendary. It could go for a high price and whatnot. But like my whole thing is, I still play this stuff, man. Like me and my brother were just playing Majora's Mask earlier this week, or not earlier this week, last week, on the when flipping it was right before Odyssey came out. uh, I was playing something on the TV, and my brother was playing Majora's Mask in his room, and like it's still stuff that we play, and it sucks that I don't have my original copies of like Melee or Kirby's Air Ride and that stuff because I would love to play these still, man. Like, and I still would play them if I had them. Like, that's the reason why I had the Retro Recon vlogs videos on the channel, because man, then I could play Star Fox, I could play F-Zero X, and all these old games on stream and talk about them, man. Like I miss a lot of my old games that I still love them and I still would like to play them. And I can't get rid of them now, man. I can't, like whenever I look down, especially whenever I look at like the PlayStation 1 games, man, I'm like, yo, I can never get rid of these, man. And then I can't wait to get a Dreamcast because I love the Dreamcast so much. And I want to get the OG Berserk game for the Dreamcast, and like Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and a couple of those that were on there. Oh man, I forgot what that fighting game was called on the Dreamcast. Yo, that was super lit. Or Power Stone, and like those games. And just keep it, man, and just have it in my house. I really like watching those videos of like those guys that have like those massive gaming rooms. I think that's just goals right there, man. That's just goals, yo. I remember I saw this one room that had like 16 different versions of the N64, like yellow, green, light purple, dark purple, black, white. Like it was like, yo, man, this one has a whole bunch of different 64s. But yeah, man, I can see what why you would why you wouldn't want to have a lot of like those consoles around if you never play them anymore. I can completely understand. Um, Let me take a look here. You ever saw Siren? Yeah, actually, I never finished it, but I did. I remember reading it a long time ago. I should probably reread it because I don't remember a lot. I only remember like a few different plot lines. I remember some of the characters, but I don't really remember much. But I used to read it back whenever it used to come on in the Shonen Jump monthly Shonen Jump issues. Because Ishida was playing too much near that day, started mashing buttons. That's a shoot. That is a shoot. Oh man, yo, Ishida's goat though, man. I gotta put respect on his name. Let me see. I honestly didn't like Black Clover at all. I can't get into the story since it only gave everything I already saw. I could only enjoy it through the dub since I found it much better than the sub. Yeah, like I haven't really watched much of the anime, but I really like the manga. I think the manga is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Do you think should voice Meruem in the dub because he has too many goat lines? Oh, yeah, that's true. That it is coming up in the dub, man. Yo, I can't wait for episode 75 in the dub. Yo, that's my episode. But as far as who should voice Meruem, man, I don't even know. That's a good question. Yeah, give me a couple suggestions. Yo, I'll give you a yes or a no. I don't even know, man. Let me see. Wizard Jockey, you still have Kirby's Air Ride? Kirby's Air Ride is the GOAT. Kirby's Air Ride. Dude, Kirby's Air Ride is legendary. Yo, I love Kirby's Air Ride, yo. Let me see. Flag Nerds. I missed my thing. What's your favorite Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts game? Hyper City on PS4. Aim into that. So my favorite Final Fantasy would probably be between 9 and 7. I really, really love both. 7 mainly because that's just childhood, man, and 9 for its very, very memorable and amazing main cast. I love 9's main cast, man. Zidane, Vivi for the win. But in 9's world, but 7, man, it's just so iconic and it's so cool. Like everything about that, like every single time that somebody tells me the word boss battle, the very first thing that comes into my mind is Sephiroth. He's the most iconic boss to me of all time, and that's even above Ganon for me. Like, and Ganondorf to me is like the boss, and Bowser, like those like the bosses growing up with those type of games. But Sephiroth to me is just the boss. He is the final boss, and then Cloud is such such an iconic protagonist and whatnot. But I love those. 15 is up there for me. I really, really love 15. It was by far my favorite out of like the last couple of years of Final Fantasy games, and I just had so much fun with the open world aspect of this game for Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 10 is also up there. As far as like anything pre-6 goes, I only played 1. I believe I played 3, and then I believe I played 4. And I never played 5, never played 6. And I remember whenever I said in a stream once I never played 6, I almost got killed. But I'm being that serious. I never played 6. At the time when 6 first came out, I was still on Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Super Mario World, and like those games. I didn't even think about Final Fantasy. Didn't even hear about Final Fantasy honestly until 7 came out. But yeah, like 7 for main just main nostalgia. I love that game. 9 for actually being phenomenal, and then 15 because it brought back Final Fantasy to the awesome sauce. However, I own 12 and I need to finish it, and I was liking what I played this far. I just need to get used to the gameplay. The gameplay's so weird for 12. And then I never played 8. I never played 11. 14 I played, but it's I mean it's an MMO, but it's cool. 13, it's pretty. It has probably my favorite soundtrack out of all the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 13. Oh my god, man, that soundtrack, everything from the main theme to the credits, baby. Final Fantasy 13 is a godly soundtrack. And then 13-2, it is what it is, man. It exists. It's a good game. It's better than most games out there. But as a Final Fantasy game, is it a good game? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. And then 13-3, whatever, whatever. But I think 13, just sticking on 13. I think 13 was solid. It was a decent entry in the series, but it's heavily, heavily carried by its soundtrack. Heavily, heavily carried, man. I love that soundtrack. 13 and 13 2, those two have a godly soundtrack, man. So yeah, if I could just say, 7, 9, and 15, and then why I need to sit down one day and play 6. I need to sit down one day and play 6, man. And then as far as Kingdom Hearts, bro, Kingdom Hearts 2 and then Kingdom Hearts 3, 358.5 days. Kingdom Hearts 2, of course, for its amazing mechanics. The whole stuff in the beginning with Roxas, to me, is absolutely phenomenal. The story with Riku and Sora later on in the game, the final battle, Xemnas, that's the main man, baby. And everything, KH2 is a lot of fun. But and KH2 is the longest game, so of course, like there's a lot of memorable stuff, and the drives and all that stuff, the NT forms and everything was introduced in that game. But 358.5 days is my favorite story. 358.5 days actually made me tear up. The story with Roxas, Axel, and Xion is one of my favorite stories in all of video games. And it's and to me, I only came to truly appreciate this whenever they released the 1.5 and 2.5s, because in the original DS, the controls were so bad I didn't even care. But whenever the 1.5 and 2.5 came out, and I was actually able to experience it with the with the PlayStation 3, oh my god, man. 358.5 days became at night, and the controls still are horrible. But as far as the story goes, man, it is one of my favorite stories in all games. The fact that you are living the story in enemy territory, it's like a dream. I already love Organization 13 as it is, but the fact that you're living the entire game in through Organization 13's eyes right before Kingdom Hearts 2, bro. And the story of Xion and Axel and Rox is what it means to be human. Oh man, I love that game, yo. Love that game. So it's between that and Kingdom Hearts 2, for obvious reasons. Um let's see. Kirby's Air Ride. What do you consider to be your favorite One Piece movie? My choice is Baron no Matsuri and Secret Island. Yeah, that's probably same for me. It's either it's hard. I don't know if I can come up with that right now, because Baron no Matsuri and the Secret Island, A Strong World. I love Film Gold so much, man. I do. This is so much fun. Like, I feel like Film Z is a better movie, but Film Gold is just so much fun. Like, I had so much fun watching that damn movie. But top two would probably Strong World and Baron no Matsuri. I still reference Baron no Matsuri as being one of the most well animated feature films I think I've ever watched. Yeah, it's got to be at least top 5. It's got to be Toei's best from what I've seen. And I've been watching Toei films for years. And I've watched then again, I haven't watched that much from Toei. Just mainly like Dragon Ball and One Piece, right? But as far as like every single Dragon Ball Z movie I've ever watched, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, whatever, and One Piece. Oh my god, Baron no Matsuri, man, and just the way that it's direct, the storyboarding, the direction, the way the animation is, the way the art is, I love that film so much. The story, oh man, Baron no Matsuri is godly. I love that film. It actually, there's only a couple of things in this medium that have ever spooked me. Two from Junji Ito. His horror collection spooked me a little bit. Oh my god, what was the name of that one shot? It was the one shot in the Gyo manga book. It's the one with the holes in the walls from Junji Ito. Flagnars. I made a Shonen Jump Captain read it on stream one time. I don't remember what it was called, but it's that one, and then 20th Century Boys. So the only 3 series that have ever legit had me spooked, like spooked. But Baron no Matsuri, man. Well, and EOE, but that's just because EOE had me spooked in a different kind of way, because it's kind of the spooked of like of like Lee Flagnar's type of spooked. But when it comes to flipping about Onomatsuri, that's I feel like that movie actually has had me spooked. Like you remember that one scene in the film where Nami is talking to man, I forget his name at this point in time, but it's one of his one of the apprentice of his that uses or that they originally took out the fisher the fishing that dude when he was talking about this like what happened to them on that day a couple years ago, and then like everything stops and like you just see like a still frame. It felt like Ano was directing, Hideaki Ano from Evangelion, and what was directing, because it just you held a shot of Nami just looking at this man and her facial expressions for like 25 seconds, of her facial expression changing as it goes on. We switch to another scene. There is no music happening throughout this entire scene. We switch over to what's going on with Baru no Matsuri and Robin, and the music starts up and we come back like, and right before we get to the climax of that scene over there, we come back to the other scene and we get to see the dude's face, and when I saw the dude's face, I legit had goosebumps and I was shook, yo. So and that and the entire end of the film, it's just I can't say enough good things about Baru no Matsuri as a movie. And then Strong World, it has a special place in my heart because it was the first One Piece movie I ever owned. It was whenever I was really, really getting into the One Piece fandom around like 2010, 2011, in terms of buying a lot of the stuff for the series. So like when those Blu-rays dropped, man, I was so happy, man. I was like, yes, One Piece Blu-rays, let's go. So I watched Strong World with my friends. I watched Strong World with my cousins, with my family. We watched it by myself, of course, in both English and Japanese. And it just has a special place in my heart, man, as like one of the One Piece movies. But it have to be one of those two. But I love Film Gold so much. Such a fun film. And then One Piece movie one, man, like that film has a special place in my heart, man. That's where Golden Odin first started. That's my favorite soundtrack in this. Well, one of my favorite soundtracks in the series. And I love the first film a lot too. What happened first, Final Fantasy VII remake, or will Commander Togashi will finish Hunter x Hunter? I'd probably go with Final Fantasy VII remake because at the very least, Final Fantasy VII remake we know will come out after Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to come out next year. So Final Fantasy VII remake, I'll give it until 2020. Togashi's finishing Hunter x Hunter probably about like 2050. 2050, yeah. Final Fantasy 13 probably has the most wasted potential of any game, and it's still an okay game. Yeah, you're right, J. James, bro. You really are, man. The thing with Final Fantasy 13, like you said, it's the wasted potential, but it's still an okay game. Like on the grand scheme of things, Final Fantasy 13 is still better than most games produced in the market. You know what I mean? Like it's just in terms of the expectations we have as fans of Final Fantasy. I don't know if I can say it's a good Final Fantasy game. I mean, it is a good Final Fantasy game, but it's not a fantastic Final Fantasy game. But like you said, it's the wasted potential because it's all there. Like the world is there, the characters are there. So that whenever you put everything together, you're like, huh? Like what? But that game is heavily carried by soundtrack, man. Oh my god, that game was such a good soundtrack. Let me see. Let me see. Are you gonna get Call of Duty World War II? Hey, Black Reaper, bro. I actually have the game downloaded. I have Call of Duty World War II preloaded, downloaded, ready to go. So when the game drops on Thursday night, I will be playing it. I'll be playing it because there's no question in my mind that Call of Duty is finally back on boots on the ground, and I cannot wait to play Call of Duty World War II. Gonna definitely have some more stories to share with you guys in all of my videos as to how trash and garbage either my teammates or my opposition is. So I can either sound like Kaiba or I can sound like Kaiba when I talk about Call of Duty, man. That's normally how it works. Because that's it. Call of Duty in general pisses me off, but it always brings good stories. So I can't wait to play World War II. Zombies looks fantastic. It's gonna be fun. Oh, yo, hey, Mr. X Reacts, yo, thanks a lot for the super chat, yo, for the official leader of the Nami fandom, yo. The Nami fandom, yo. Yo, Nami's such a goat character. Let me see. But yeah, my Mr. X Reacts, yo, I truly do appreciate the donation, man. Let me see. But yeah, Nami Greatness. Yeah, Nami Greatness. But no, my series, the one open movie I want for Blu-ray release. I really want to own it. Same here, man. Same here. I want to show that movie to so many people because I know a lot of One Piece fans that never watched that film in real life, and I just want to show it to them because they've only watched like the main films, and they've never watched that. And that's such a good movie, yo. It's directed by Mamoru Hosoda. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. Reading Berserk had me spooked for the first time. Did not expect what happened. See, my whole thing is I got spoiled on the event that happens in Berserk. But the thing is I still loved it. But the thing is, I wasn't really spooked by Berserk. What had me with Berserk, the thing that had me shocked about Berserk was how good Miura is at writing characters and getting you really emotionally invested in characters. Over the years, I've attributed two. Whenever I think of like two specific series that my opinions on them have changed in in certain ways over the years, I always look at like Dragon Ball and Berserk, and One Piece to a certain extent. But Dragon Ball and Berserk, because Dragon Ball, I love it a lot more now for a completely different reason than whenever I was little. But Berserk, I only just read it like 7 years ago, and I feel so much differently about the series now than I did then. It's definitely it's because it's a series that I love way more now than I did then. But the whole thing is it's because of why I love it now more than I did. And I'd actually like to make a video on that one day. But yeah, Berserk is it is a spooky series. It's really fun. Berserk was my first introduction to the gory medium, and it was just wow. Yeah, same. I remember. Well, I can't say my first introduction, but it was my first seinen manga, as I think. Well, it was technically my second manga period after One Piece, but yeah, Berserk is fun. Berserk is a really awesome series. Yo, Saz, yo, from Final Fantasy 13. Saz is the goat. Let me see. The person to voice Furuta in anime must be the person who voices Byakuran. Oh, that'd be perfect. Yo, Black Reaper, you're onto something there, man. That'd be perfect. Byakuran voicing Furuta would be perfect. Bum 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 bum. Where was I? Did you see the Ghost of Tsushima announcement at Paris Games Week? I did see the announcement. I just haven't seen the actual game trailer yet. But I actually let me go on to PlayStation because I was at work while that conference was going down, so I didn't get to catch like almost anything from it. Let me Flagnards, because I heard from what I heard is that the one? Because I heard something about a samurai open world. Oh man, I can't wait for God of War. Anytime I see this new God of War game, it just makes me want to speed up time. This God of War PS4 game looks so good. All right, let me see. What is it called again? Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima PS4. All right, it's 2 minutes and 21 seconds. I'll add it to my watch later. I'll watch that right before I go to sleep. For sure. Yeah, because I haven't been able to keep up with almost any of that. Yo, have any guys ever play Ace Combat, man? Dude, I'm so hyped for Ace Combat 7, man. Yo, Ace Combat 5, yo, that's a legendary game, bro. Ace Combat 5, the unsung war. That's a PS2 classic, man. So yeah, I can't wait for Ace Combat 7. Where is my stream? I lost my stream. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm back. remember the first time I found your channel was when you were making a live reaction of a Gintama chapter again, and everyone's favorite man is, oh my god, man, chapter 551, yo. Chapter 551, man. I wish that reaction was still here. Ever since I've been subbed, and I'm glad I did, because I got to see reaction to Kaido's introduction, legendary moment. Oh man, dude. I missed that reaction too, man. I missed that reaction too. Yeah, fun times, man. Fun times, man. It's been one hell of a journey. Yo. Can you believe that all that happened in 2015? It's already been 2 years. It's flipping crazy. Won't lie, the passion and hype you had for One Piece and Hunter x Hunter brought me to your channel years back. Definitely top 3 reviewers, King. I truly do appreciate that, Crystal Pad. Thank you so much. I truly do appreciate the kind words. The passion and hype you had for One Piece and Hunter x Hunter brought me to your channels years back. I really do truly appreciate the kind words, man. I do try to always keep the well, and not, honestly, it's not even something like I try to do. It just naturally comes out because this is, I treat YouTube as a as a thing that I want to do, not have to do, because it's something that I don't. I mean, I don't know if I can consider it a job, because I don't. I mean, I guess I can, because I kind of get paid for it, but in terms of like it just being a hobby, this is just that one thing that I can do whenever, I remember, best way to put it is, one of my managers told me the other day, like, everyone needs something to get their mind off of work. And to me, this is what it is right here. YouTube. When I YouTube and talking on YouTube about the stuff that gets my mind off of that kind of stuff. So because of that, I can come on here and talk 100% about the stuff that I love, because it's something either I've been thinking about all day that I want to get off my chest because I have nobody else to talk to about it, or it's something that I really, really want to talk about. So yeah, when it comes to One Piece and Hunter x Hunter, I feel like those two are are part of like the heart and soul of this series, especially from back in the day. No question. Sucker Punch plus Samurai Open World equals greatness. Oh, so this is the series. This is the Samurai Open World. Greatness, yo. Let me see. Oh man, I might have to watch this. Yeah, okay. Oh, so when does this game come out? Oh yeah, this is right there. Watch the announced trailer of Ghost of Tsushima, a new game from Sucker Punch Productions. The year is 1274. Yo, it's gonna be a Samurai Open World. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be Kenshin in his prime, but those like, oh, it's gonna be sick. Your top 5 favorite villains in manga. Oh man, I can't answer that right now, yo. I can't answer that right now, yo. That's a video topic, man. That is damn sure a video topic. But for sure, know that that a certain Brando, a certain man who didn't do anything wrong, certain people are in that list. Are you more hype for KH3 or Prime 4? KH3. I love Metroid. Metroid Prime 4 is something I almost never thought would happen. And I really can't wait for Metroid Prime 4. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be something that I truly can't wait for. But Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that is just, man, dude. It's Kingdom Hearts, man. I've waited for Kingdom Hearts 3 for over 13 years. And the fact that it's actually happening, and the fact that, that they slow reveals, everything since 2013 when they revealed it at E3. I've been following it closely. I follow a lot of Kingdom Hearts YouTubers, just getting like any type of insight when it comes to this game. And I just can't wait for it, man. And KH3 is going to be an experience that I'm pretty sure I'll never forget, no matter how the game is. Because this is the game I've been waiting for so long. But Prime 4 is definitely something I cannot wait for, man. It's going to be Return of Samus, Return of Metroid Awesome Sauce. Metroid, of course, is one of my favorites. But KH3, with the build up to it, it's gonna be so good, man. It's gonna be so good. Shouldn't the Jorishay still have Kaido reaction? No, I asked him for it. I asked the Jorishay for it when I first lost my channel, and Jorishay said unfortunately he did not have the reaction still. Let me see. Big News Morgan Loki has big news, yo. The bearer of big news. Let me see. Yeah, Loki has beast. Yeah, man, he does, bro. He most certainly does. Let me see, but yeah, like they're definitely up there, man. Griffith changed my perspective on how a villain should be. It's he's so goat, man. Griffith is freaking goat. But there's just I really have to think about that because of I'd have to look back and see like all the series that I like and just really think like, okay, which ones do I really, really, really like here? Because there's a lot of villain organizations and a lot of villains themselves that I really like, but I'm not sure who I can have up there. Like of course like Johan. I absolutely love Johan. He would probably have to be up there. Um, then I have to think of like my Hunter x Hunter villains because Hunter does really good villains. Um, it's tough, man. And then like a personal, the man. Listen, man. When I think of villains, there's one character. Whenever I was growing up, in the slew, all of my friends, man, they'd be like, "Yeah, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's the goat, or Majin Vegeta's the goat, or whatever, man." For me, it's always been, always will be, and always will forever be the Perfect Cell show, bro. Perfect Cell is the reason why I love villains so much this very day. When I watch the scene of Krillin and Trunks trying to destroy, trying to punch Cell, not even injure him, trying to just get something in there, and Cell is just looking at his hand, realizing what he just did post transformation. I realized that that is what I love. Like those are the characters I love. You're the villains. They're the goats. This man Cell was looking at his hand, realizing how goat he is post transformation, and like he turns around, he pawns both of them casually, and I'm like, yo, I love this. This is awesome. And then of course, as time went on, I started seeing like a whole bunch of other villains that I just made me love villains even more. And then even more, like whenever I was a kid, and I've always been a huge Darth Vader guy. I've always been a big Star Wars fan. And that's arguably the only character that I have like on the same level of Gintoki in terms of like if it's not Gintoki, it'd be this guy, it'd be Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid. Big Boss is my favorite villain of all time. In any medium, any medium, Big Boss is my number one from Metal Gear Solid. And like I love villains, man. But in terms of this medium of anime and manga, it's tough, yo. It's tough, man. It's hard. But we'll think about a list one day. We'll think about a list one day. Thoughts on the Switch and the future of the Switch games? Oh man, dude, I love this console. This is one of the GOAT consoles, man. The Switch is I love this console, man. My favorite thing about it, and I continue to say this, and I will continue to say this, is the fact that you could just take this thing anywhere. You can just take this thing wherever you want, man. Wherever you want, yo. And it fits me because I'm almost never home. But the fact of the matter is the library I already have for this thing, man. Like I have already. Let me count from over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 physical games for this thing. And then I have in my on my digital thing, I have Sonic Mania, One Piece Limited World Red, and NBA Playgrounds. I have 11 games for the Switch already, and I use it every day. Well, almost every day, whenever I can. And it's just I love it, man. I'm loving the games released thus far, and I'm loving the console itself. It's perfect for me. It's perfect for me. Now, as far as future releases, it's looking to have. I mean, listen, this is only the first year. It's only the first year, and I'm already extremely hyped as it is, man. When Metroid Prime 4 comes out, when LA Noir and Wolfenstein and all these series, and the games that you never expected to be on a Nintendo console are coming to Nintendo on the Switch platform, it's gonna be oh man, it's gonna be glorious. And then of course you have Virtual Console, which I cannot wait for. Virtual Console, man, with the SNES, with Nintendo 64, with the GameCube, hopefully with the GameCube, man. I really, really, really want to play Super Smash Melee on the go. Oh man, that'd be amazing. And Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Kirby's Air Ride, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. Minor Griffith, Pain, yo. Hey, Diego. Yeah, Diego. Diego is the certain Brando that I might be talking about, man. Most certainly might be. Furuto's a really fun villain, man. And then, of course, Meruem speaks for himself. Let me see. Yeah, can't wait for Berserk to come back. Yeah, man, no question. Yeah, Berserk right before it left was like for me and one of my heights in terms of like my analysis game, man. This whole sequence has been so good. Mira has had because where this is all taking place is like a world different from their own to a certain extent. It allows him more artistic freedom, and it allows me as someone who analyzes the series panel by panel to just have so much fun with it, man. And like right before he left, I had a blast, man. I was like, yo, why can't you just return? So when Mira returns, I'm gonna have a blast analyzing the panels again, man, because I know it's gonna be a phenomenal chapter whenever he comes back. Let me see. But yeah, guys, I'm about to just give it like 5 more minutes, man, because I've got to get up for work in the morning. But I really do appreciate you guys for stopping by, man. I'll read a couple more comments here. Which manga / anime did you regret reading and watching? That's an interesting question. Flag nerds. Which manga / anime did you regret reading / watching? I don't really think I have an anime or manga that I regret watching, honestly. Like no particular one comes to mind. Probably one that like I regret giving time of my life to. Probably like the first episode of Seraph of the End. But even then, yeah, I'm not really a person that regrets things, so I can't really say that I have a manga / anime that I regret watching. Because I feel like even though like even if I found a series to be pretty bad, I feel like I at least took something away from it. But yeah, I don't think there's one, and if there is one, it'll probably be like I said, Seraph of the End. But even then, like, even though I didn't take that much away from it, there was still an experience from it. Like it was a first time experience because up until then, like whenever I watched or read something, I knew kind of that at least I was gonna enjoy a little bit of it. But with that series, those were the first time, like from the very first episode. Like either I drop a series either like I drop it halfway through the first episode, drop it like right before the first episode, or in the middle of the first episode. But this one, I actually watched the entire first episode. I looked at the series and I said, I'm never watching this garbage ever again, and I dropped it. And I dropped it. That was just it. But the thing is I still at least got just something from it, So I don't really have a series that I regret reading / watching. Rosario plus Vampire is the worst anime that I ever. Rosario plus Vampire. I actually remember that being really, really popular back in the day. I would probably say when it comes to the Casca thing, I wouldn't doubt if it takes a volume, man. This is one of the. I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably say like a volume, easy, easy. High School DxD, interesting. I thought people genuinely like that one. Hey man, Casca, when it comes to yeah, High School DxD, man. Hey, that one chick in High School DxD is really, really fine, bro. What's her name? Akino, right? The maid chick. Man, that's like a top tier chick. Her and what's her face from High School of the Dead, the one with the purple hair. Those like whenever oh man, dude, like that's some top tier type of drawing quality right there, man. Both extremely gorgeous. What was her name, man? The one in High School. I know I'm talking about the one in High School of the Dead, man, with purple hair. The swordsman. I forgot. Whatever. Let me see. We'll end first. Hunter Berserk. Berserk. At least I believe Miura will end a series. I don't know if Togashi will end a series. I see Berserk ending a series, or I see Miura ending a series. Let me see. What's the update I just got here? Basically, it's just that so November is going to be a very weird month for me. I'm not going to be able to upload. The upload schedule is going to be very, very different for the next month. So when it comes to my weekly series, I like usually every single year I take November off and I just take it completely off and just go on hiatus for all of November. But this year in particular, I plan on just staying here, but it's not going to be as consistent as usual. And the schedule's going to be all out of whack. But everything will be back to normal eventually in December. So, like, if you do not see a regular scheduled video, like usually, like for example, I do One Piece on Fridays, I do Gintama on Sundays, and I do like Tokyo Ghoul on Mondays, whatever the case would be. Um, if I end up like missing One Piece on Friday and I do it like on a Sunday, then it might just happen that way because it's just the scheduling for this month is going to be very, very off and very different. So that's mainly what it is. That's mainly what it is. And to expect more Promise Neverland and My Hero Academia in December, hopefully. Sayako, that's her name. That's her name, Sayako, yo. Sayako, man. Sayako. Recon, are you going to react to Ippo's chapters? Like I was saying before, I won't be able to this upcoming month. At least I don't think so. Maybe, but it's something that I'm really, really looking forward to doing, and I can't wait to get back into the Ippo Awesome Sauce. And I'm going to do it eventually. Right. I think I'll either do it. I will do it eventually, just not sure when. But I am going to do it for sure. Let me see. I have to go with Berserk permanently. We have some sort of schedule with Berserk. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying right there, man. With Hunter x Hunter, we're like, well, but also another thing is that Berserk, we know what at least what an end goal is here. We know what the end goal is. We know how close we are to the end goal, and it feels like everything's wrapping up. When it comes to Hunter x Hunter, I still do not know what. I mean, I could have an idea, but it feels like a whole new world has just been like brought up to us, man. So it's like, well, I mean, sure, sure. So with Hunter x Hunter, I don't see it ending anytime soon, if I'm being honest. All right, I'm just gonna read a couple more things right here, and then we'll be being like somewhere. We'll be out of here, and I truly do appreciate all of you for stopping by. Let me see, favorite stand, probably the world. Let me see, the world, like easy ones out the way. The world, Killer Queen, flag darts, man. Oh my god. There's this one in part 7. Oh my god, the Rainbow Run. It's called Taste the Rainbow. No, is it? Is it? You know what I'm talking about, man. That one. That one in part 7. I absolutely love that stand so much, man. I forgot the name of it. Catch the Rainbow, Catch the Rainbow, Catch the Rainbow, Catch the Rainbow. That one right there. Catch the Rainbow, Killer Queen, the world, flag nards, man. Oh, this is a tough question to come up with because like I have like so many different stand designs in my head, but and what they do, but I'm trying to remember names. Oh, but yeah, just know those out of the top of my head. And if I had to pick one right now, I'd probably say Killer Queen, just because the design of it is just so sick. Killer Queen is goat, man. Mm-hmm. Have you dived into Mario Odyssey yet? Yes, I'm at I'm what I believe to be the last world. I absolutely love this game. This game is so much fun, yo. It is so much fun. Mario Odyssey, awesome sauce, man. Alrighty. And I think that will be it for me today, guys, man. thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate everyone coming through. It was a blast, man. An awesome time streaming, especially before this month that's about to take place here. It's going to be a pretty hectic and kind of pretty stressful month is about to take place. So I really wanted to do the stream beforehand, updating you guys, and just having fun and just chilling here and talking to you guys and whatnot. Since I almost never get to stream, at least not as much as I used to. So it was fun. This was a lot of fun to do, man. I truly do appreciate all of you for stopping by. And hopefully next time we do one of these, we're more on like a more set track where we know where we're going and we know what we're doing. But yeah, man, it was a blast, and I truly cannot wait for what's in store here for November, man. It's gonna be a fun month, like I said before. In terms of like the channel, just expect for stuff to still come out, but expect a little bit of variety every now and then. It's gonna be mainly based on what I feel like doing, but also on what I can do and what I can't do, because just based off a scheduling standpoint. So November is going to be a really, really weird month, but we'll be back to normal in December, and hopefully back with better equipment, man. Hopefully we can start streaming some more soon in the near future, and it'll be a lot of fun, guys. But thank you so much for watching, man. Have an awesome sauce of a day. I truly do appreciate everything, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Oh yeah, one more thing before I end the stream. I will not. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep to it right now, of course. But if you guys aren't watching the Yu-Gi-Oh Marathon on Twitch, I'd highly recommend it. It is so much fun and it's a blast. If you guys want to keep up in terms of like with me on outside of just YouTube, on Discord, I try to pop in every now and then on Discord, and then on Twitter, I tend to check in there pretty frequently whenever I can on Twitter. So if you want to keep up with whatever, that's normally where you can find me. But besides that, guys, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys whenever I can, since now we're officially in November. Speaking of that, my boy Chris is watching. Happy birthday, Chris. But I'm pretty sure he's not. So I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome day. And thank you all so much for stopping by.